championship bracket, baby. It's Rio, so let's get it started.
Who doesn't get a bit of spirit with the Liquid? It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm almost guaranteed to have a bit of a roller coaster considering the individual talent in the server tonight. And let's not forget, it's backs against the wall. It's major. It's life-defining, career-defining for these boys to take a step into that massive arena.
One key note here, Alex. This is the choice of Team Spirit. Liquid have opted to set the tempo and the pace on the T side. As the CT bias map is Patsy. Wow, he's going to get an awful lot of information there on his first glance. Liquid have this control. They molly forward quickly in the onslaught. It might come in real fast.
Oh, definitely on a leash this game. Was completely absent and tilted off the face of the planet for the first map in Heroic's game, and that was on this very map. Look at the forward push. Siren, only the one, bounding as he reloads. Looks great for Liquid now. They knock the bell of Wonderful and one back from Magix, but still, don't have to rush this now. They've got the world as their oyster. The bomb is planted. Magix tasked with a near impossible clutch. 3 to find. Sure, it's a pistol round. And he's going to look around. Nitro is going to be on the jiggle. Kit will be scooped on up, but it's only the first step of many. OC to investigate, or rather, has the investigator come knocking on his door. Really light on time, Magix. The numbers game played well. Patience from Liquid. What a snap. Okay, yeah, Nitro just very well to get out of dodge there. The time now on his side, but Magix, an imposing presence in the clutch. Takes them all down and lives. He actually surprised himself there. 4 kills on the pistol. That will have ramifications.
Huge ramifications. He has 3.2k. He can buy Silence M4 right here, right now, going into the second round force fight. So if Chopper right now gives him the green light, which he has, actually, Magix selflessly has given this over towards Patsy. At least get some head armor with it, young gun. Magix is going to find himself as we're covering off on these tidy shots here. Forrest the Butcher is in the server. Maybe a bit of brutalizing for Liquid, but they will get that pistol round. And this M4 has to be considered with those 4 kills. Patsy over towards A, and Liege, as you mentioned, leading the pack. B lobby control has been sustained, and that's going to be a molly towards Wood. So flushing out the close corridors. Magix calls for support, and well, takes a chunk of damage doing so. They're coming in, but Magix delivers again.
Nitro frustrated, Nav motivated to get it back into the site. He's actually bringing the bomb first in, down to 1 HP is Siren from the utility. Well placed by Liquid. Leg might betray him here, and he's down. Nav, a big find. Now there's a lot of bodies here, and don't forget that silenced M4 on Patsy. Could make all the difference in already a disadvantaged retake scenario. That Mac 10 from Yakinda, yeah, rattles off some shots, does deter and force a retreat. Ooh, nice catch from Nav. And further damage inflicted onto Wonderful, responsible for that M4. Now, Liquid want to keep all their goodies here. A safe exit required.
Oh. Hard clear there from Yakinda. You see that bullet straight in the face. Now it's just Wonderful to hold on to this, but I think it was noted. As you can see here, bit of a party coming, looking Wonderful. I don't think you're going to hold on to this. Yakinda, wow, he's going to offer himself up and even gets the kill. Upgrades into the M4, and that is cleaning house. So a great second round here from Team Liquid. Now you messaged Elige, or you mentioned, I don't think you messaged him, and he's a bit of a win condition right here in the maps that have been won in the favor of Team Liquid. He's had fantastic ratings. We're talking against Sprout on Inferno, 20 kills, 13 deaths. Against that NAVI on Ancient, that brawl of a matchup there, 26 for 19. When they won Mirage yesterday against Heroic, 14 for 10. But in the losses, he's gone missing. 11 for 16 against Mouse, 4 for 20 against Heroic on Vertigo, 18 and 21 for against Heroic on Overpass. And well, this is just going to be them shredding apart.
So if you could, you'd want to target him early. Get him off kilter.
You mentioned the tilt message again. I don't know why I've got sending things out into the universe right here, but you mentioned the fact that he tilted and it was on this map, and that's because over towards A ramp he was getting found and spammed through smokes, and then every time we had his POV, a nade was coming or a molly was coming, or actually a combination of both. So that's something that Liege is going to have to hold up against here today. Another note, the superstar on the other side of the server, the Orpa, the 17-year-old fourth youngest member, Wonderful. He's been a big factor here, but this is the highest pressure match in his entire career as Magix lights up the scoreboard again.
Oh, and the lead claws us back. Competitive, if not chasing down Siren, just shy of the final blow. Tail between his legs, he scarpers. A big duel for Patsy to win. And it goes untraded. OC was present. And wonderful, you discussed him. Loses out to the duel. AWP on AWP action. Nitro, Bogdan's Law, equipped now with the AWP on his low HP and a 3v3 with lots of low HP.
Precisely, everybody here, the walking wounded. Just OC and Chopper with full health, and we have so much time left on the clock. And this is the scrap that I think we all thought we'd be finding ourselves watching here today for the final best of 3.
TL versus TS.
It's a bit of a gamble here, Alex. You can see there's nobody over towards B for Spirit.
And you've got a 60-second window, so, you know, it's in the realms of possibility that Liquid can send their feelers out and find this out. That is, if this duel doesn't come towards Elige here on round premature. He's already jumping U-tilt. Sandbag position.
This stack, there's no way they're going to be able to clear this. Chopper and Patsy.
They are.
Elige might be able to get one, sure, but that's about it.
Sending Nitro through mid, Elige's interest to hold on. And Chopper, he wants to bring the fight to them. OC got to be very careful. Chopper's used that smoke to cross, and they may not expect this now. Oh, the perfect play. Siren has already taken down Elige. OC's a dead man walking. Zipping up that body bag with a nice spray to the back, and Nitro, yeah, he was supposed to be the final component, now expected, and the power position to hold is that Sandbag's position. The bomb's loose on the site, and Nitro thinking better of an engagement with 10 HP. And so, Team Spirit posting their first defensive round, hoovering up any goodie they can find.
Yeah, AWP retained here for Wonderful, so didn't really get a chance to wield it in the previous, out-AWPed by OC. And you even heard that slap come through the microphones right there. You're going to be seeing plenty of those. But this was chaos across the map, right? This trade out here towards B, Elige making good on the promise, and then back towards the A ramp. Yakinda goes down to his adversary on the other side. The desk compared the two of them in the way that they approach the game. And both from the school of CIS Counter-Strike here, but Chomper with the heads-up play used the utility against Team Liquid. And back into a buy. So both teams with almost everything they need.
Ooh, Elige blinded off. Lots of early engagements being taken. No frags just yet. Siren screaming. 2 here. He knows. There's more than typical on this B side. Nice! Molotov! Oh my god! Siren has gotten away with a scrap of health on multiple occasions. Elige's the one to put him in the dirt. And that will open the window for an investigation. You can see Elige might have magics as well. Double entry from the American rifler. Chopper, a chance. Wants to take down Elige. Put in his place, though, into a third. And round on.
Oh,
just like that.
With the stats we brought up before for Elige, this is a fantastic start. If this continues here, if we get the Terminator going absolutely bonkers here, it might be a quick affair on Vertigo. But remember, the map choice of Team Spirit, likely a punish, and steps into the line of the AWP. Spirit are happy with this map regardless. I think they're on a 4-map winning streak on that of Vertigo, whereas Team Liquid, I think they're on a 5-map losing streak. I want to double check that stat line just to make sure I'm not...
Yeah, if you're wondering why the crowd is so far behind Elige, he had a couple of moments on the mic speaking directly to them in their native tongue. I reckon if ever you were playing the 5D chess that Counter-Strike is, certainly getting this crowd on your side and the war drum on your side is a extra component. But did you get the fact check?
Yeah, correction on my numbers, right? There are 4 consecutive losses for Liquid on Vertigo and 3 consecutive wins for that of Spirit. But if you take a look a little bit deeper, out of the 6, well, they've won 5. So it's a map that they're comfortable on here. You've got victories over teams like Sprout, which was yesterday. Cloud9, that was a massive game over there at IEM Road to Rio to help them get to, well, the Legend stage. Both of these teams, through their regional major ranking events, getting straight through to this stage of the tournament here, not having to play in the challenges, and only one of them will be making it to the champions. The timeout called. This one here will be from Spirit. So a big conversation to have. We have also just lost a player from the server here, so give us a moment to get them back in play. It's just NAVI.
Yeah, if I'm Team Spirit as well, though, definitely just a little bit of an additional factor, realizing I'm going to have a game on my hands if Elige is all going to maintain this form. You've already highlighted really interesting statistics that align with him being a win condition. Yakinda getting love as well. One of the more charming members of Counter-Strike's cast.
I don't know if he doesn't like Heku in the interviews or if he is really just conserving his energy, right? Because every single time we've had him, it's like, yeah, he's a little bit... Is that Twist?
It is Twist.
Look at him, he's
hanging out.
We got Joker Steve. Okay, well, Twist supporting some of his ex-teammates here.
Oh, that makes sense too, yeah. His boys, of course, left them on what many consider to be a bit of a gamble. Turned out certainly to work out well for him, a major champion. And they've all got these gangster chains, if you haven't seen them.
Now the Faze boys.
Faze boys.
I think the framing here as well, and we've called it North America's last hope. If Twist was still here with Faze, then sure, you might be able to support the Canadian come that champion stage. But they said goodbye on day number 2 here of the Legends.
Wow.
All right, just had the round restore, and we are getting this one back underway. I can confirm as freeze time starting to tick through. Now that timeout was called from Spirit, which was then stalled. Regardless, they should know where they want to leave off. Doesn't look like there's a full investment behind the saved weapons here. AWP for Wonderful, Patsy with that M4 in hand, a 5.7 for Siren, Magic's into a P250, and Chopper, well, he's got a smoke and a flash, so very light investments for the in-game leader.
Good opportunity for Wonderful to put on a clinic. He's actually pre-aiming the run boost for a moment. That's rather avant-garde. OC did fire off a shot as he was flashed, so the AWP heard on ramp. Deep smoke.
Interesting they have the AWP over towards B here, so Patsy needs to dissuade them from heading towards A. Now, damage done to Siren, who was the most forward member. You can see him playing over towards the white box. And Patsy has all this room, so it might just take a kill to make them look elsewhere, but if he investigates into this tight line, OC will strike first.
I'm sure Patsy's wrist. Oh, the timing on OC. He's down. Orpa gone the bomb around the corner as well. If Patsy was to investigate, Liquid going to be getting a little nervous about this one now.
Well, this is the thing. On a map like Vertigo, if you have that much forward territory as a CT, you don't have to stay there. They have to come back and clear out. So Yakinda has found the bomb in the meantime, but it is very unlikely that Liquid will return to that side of the map without investigating somewhere else. Now, deep, well, not a deep, a shallow, halfway, 3/4 maybe. Depends on how trendy your pants are. But this stack towards B, it still resides.
That's what Wonderful's been waiting for this entire time. A minute has passed and he hasn't moved. In search of glory. Executing into the side. Liquid have clearly been doing their dry runs, but let's see just how much damage they can do. Wonderful extinguish. May have caught a glimpse of Nav on that boost. He should be a dead man. Leg shot. Wonderful low 2. It's up to the rest of them, and it's Nitro this time to affix his name in the feed. Perfect reaction shot out of Wonderful. Still on the site, still vulnerable. Magic's another, Liquid crumbling. They need a multi-kill, they don't have the bullets, and it's still Wonderful for the frag. This has completely fallen apart for Liquid. What was it to start? A rifle, an AWP, some nades?
Yeah, Chopper only invested here in a smoke and a flash, so a very light investment behind those retained rifles here, and off the back of the timeout, Spirit being able to draw this back to a 2-round game. So highway robbery here. And this was it, the timing. Counter-Strike is a cruel mistress. He's considering the wall bang, right? Maybe even just pre-aiming, getting ready to strafe out the ramp. But in that moment, OC drops the ball, loses his life, and sets Spirit up for success. Wonderful, that jarring presence. Good work from him. And you can see that frustration, right? That's the smallest of windows there.
I mean, truly, he was holding the angle. All right, let's see if it works out for Wonderful again. Did what was demanded of him. Can he replicate? Oh, close on the crane. Patsy spotted out, and Yakinda thinks better of it. Yeah, 2. There's a lot of info. One-way dropped. It will get Patsy investigating. OC responsible. Not going to toe the line just yet. We'll wait for the flash of Yakinda, and oh, Patsy is tagged. Straight to the center of mass, and the follow-up, perfect.
Getting whispered a couple of sweet nothings right there. Well, it's still standing tall. Siren's been called over. Magic has to deal with mid and B throughout all of this, but the fight, Spirit want to bring it.
Wonderful. Watching ramp side, Chopper responsible for short. At the moment, the T-smoke starting to fade. It's the right gamble. It's very telegraphed, and time will become a factor shortly. Good flash, baits the shot. They know AWP is short side. Elige goes down to Chopper, and it's all good for Spirit. Everything connecting. They are low, maybe Nav. Forward on this, back turn, multi-kill needed, only the one, and that is a problem now. With only 14 seconds, OC would love to keep hold of his prize merchandise, and just crawling back down. Slinking away with his prize, but it's still a Spirit win. 3rd round to the good on this defense, but Liquid thanking their lucky stars. They get this T-side out of the way. The fact that they found that pistol and its conversions, 4 in the bank already, Chad, that's got to leave you feeling with an air of confidence about how you can, you know, you can at least see a 6 or a 7 as a baseline.
Look, yesterday against Heroic here, the game started competitive early like this. Now, it then drifted away from them, right? Heroic really started to make them look silly. Heroic looked clinical, right? Every piece of utility was perfect. The calls to buy MAC-10s when they could have had AKs on reset rounds. The understanding from Cadian and Co to get this one done. And there's a Spirit fan in the crowd. And, well, not a crowd favorite, so that has definitely got them riled up. But if you're OC there and you get that opening, as we highlighted in the replay package, you should be able to pick the teddy bear off the top row, right? You've done your job. In that scenario, your team needs to be able to convert. Spirit, even with the bodies, that position where they were, I consider that one of the most awkward places to find yourself, especially for Molotovs, wallbangs. We didn't see an awful lot of that, right? We saw a couple of mollies land, but not the spam back. So that risk not taken from Liquid. And it cost them, as it is just a one-round game now. Let's see if OC can find another opening pick. This time, gone fishing towards B, and nobody wanting to overstep the mark here. It is Magix and Siren deeper on towards B, and I think it's a luxury to be able to have Patsy patrolling somewhat on his lonesome in this environment. It frees up Wonderful to be a little bit more poised in mid. And
can we look at that ramp smoke now for it? I mean, I'm just intrigued as to what the purpose it served. Maybe just filling the gaps. OC is bringing that orb to Wonderful's domain. And Wonderful, takes him down. Perfect, a forward orb position. Yakinda's turn in the spotlight, and not going to be an easy fight to take, especially with the well-drilled Spirit players.
Missed the flash there. They were going to step out on that. You saw that one just hit the ground. So a couple of dud pieces of utility and a flick up. And look, not too bad right there, but they have spotted a few towards middle now, and that nade almost nuclear.
Ouch.
Yeah, and they have to be sent scampering elsewhere. So tail tuck between the legs. Mid is a no-go zone. You need to go down here to get this loss bonus coming through at 2,400. Now, Yakinda, he might want to hold on to this. The problem is, there's that opening kill. Nice little replay there. I like that.
More
picture
of that.
Picture. Round of applause on that one. But if Yakinda stays alive, sure. The issue is, OC with the loss bonus, he's going to be bang on the money to drop an AK, but then he's going to have to glass cannon. So we're doing the finances now as Magix. I have loved watching this. When he B-anchors and he stands on this box, he's so confident in his aim, right? It's a pretty unique approach. I haven't seen too many more players operating like that. But there's the mop and bucket of Siren. And with 7 seconds left on the clock, Yakinda, his position has been noted. But keep the AWP. That's fine. You can hold on to that.
Could be taking another tech here. Spirit's side just maybe going to have the same problem. We'll see if it can get resolved shortly. Chopper, you can see, getting admin's attention.
I notice in a lot of these situations here, right, one of the things with when you're on stage with the crowd, even backstage, if you've come in and you've set the mic in a lull or a quieter period, and then the crowd starts popping off, you have to adjust the voice on TeamSpeak. Maybe you're not using push to talk, right? Maybe you're using the voice detection. So there's a lot of different reasons that we have to take these. And considering we're back underway, I would say it would almost be exactly that.
What was amazing to me as well is when you listen to those comm videos, you know, we have those packages, you get to hear the team comms, you can't hear the crowd. I mean, you can feel it, sure, in your bones, but...
We've got a bit of a Sanji situation going on here. You know what I prophesied?
Yeah.
Well, Nitro dedicated his AK to Yakinda. Yakinda gave the AWP to OC, and Nitro walks away with the bloody P250, the poor guy.
Well, OC equipped with armor. He's going to hope to do some damage with that. And Liege looking for damage early. Now, Wonderful is in this prime position to punish. And they molly, force a smoke, confirm his presence. No follow-up nades particularly ready, though. The counter molly stopping them from positioning for it.
Good understanding of the utility needed there to get Wonderful out of dodge. He hasn't repositioned thus far. They are just more passive on the side, and the second wave of utility now to force Liquid even further back into their hidey holes. Careful now on the peak. OC, he's already shown to be potent in positions like this, and Patsy, he'd been on the receiving end once before. Smoke at the ready, deployed now, and vision denied. Oof. Yeah, just in time.
Very brave. Patsy keep throwing these bullets down range. Admittedly, no tracer, but you can piece it together. You can take it. Okay. Damage exchange both ways.
Laser eyes. These kids must have 20/20 vision. I got a squint to see anything through those gaps.
Look at this crossfire. Lovely forward position. So B on lock. Patsy on boost. Yakinda may not consider this. He slipped through.
that timing, this could be everything for Yakinda here because it won't be acknowledged. The bottom of the totem might have to look towards short, but well, now they know he's passed, and as he walks back in, Patsy will profit on top of Yakinda.
That's lovely. Really switched on from Spirit. Coming into B is Elige.
Look at full rotation.
Magic, Siren, tested, and already eliminated is Elige. That kept to 1. Nitro trying to do a lot with a little with the P250. Gone now, good one back. NAV needs a lot more of that.
Again.
And 8 seconds, Liquid dripping over their shoelaces and their rival Orpa. All is lost as the 5th round is secure, and they are developing somewhat of a CT lockout here. That's 4 rounds, and how many of them have timed out? Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 light on time.
Yeah, happy to either save an AK or an AWP, making sure they can carry it through, but that's going to have issues with the finances as we move down the track. Now, leveled out at this juncture are Liquid. There will be a half investment coming through from them, so Tech9 seem to be the pistol of choice. OC just getting into a P250 alongside of Nitro, and back-to-back rounds. That feels bloody miserable. Deep yellow smoke here, and they'll get to disrespect it. Missed Molly, oops. Oh golly.
Yeah, that was kind of really hinging on that. You can see Patsy, by showing face as well, immediately kind of cancels their plans. What do you do? What can you do? Responsive util, just keeping them at bay. Dumping everything they can.
Notice how flanks haven't even been a factor here. When we covered the Heroic game yesterday, Shush was behind them more often than not. Patsy just wants to fight in the face as he steps out for 1.
And run down on the reload. So punished for that. Maybe momentary celebrations for Liquid as another comes in.
Dangerous now.
AK on Elige, that is dangerous. 11 frags to his name already. Good util dump, counter smoke, big from Siren. Can focus their attention. What a shot, just on the jiggle, Naston. And more added to the list. Some glimmers of hope there, but swatted away for Liquid.
Might be a gun here that Nitro can pick up.
Was there, there's one there.
Yeah, so if you can get your hands on the AK, you still got 35 seconds. Now they'll know if Magic's jiggle's a little bit wider, that's being picked up now. So Nitro, 30 seconds remaining, should be looking for some damage here. Maybe just a confidence kill or 2, only 3 to his name at this juncture. And he steps into Wonderful, who will pick up another. That's going to be his 2nd in the round.
Holding on, isn't he? Wonderful, showing up in the most important game of his career.
That's the thing, right? This is the first major for this kid, 17 years young. Straight into the legend stage, replacing Dexter. We've already touched on this. Dexter, a class AWPer, a flary AWPer, an impactful AWPer that helped Spirit at the previous major get to the semi-finals and offer us up the most entertaining series we had against Faze. Well, he decided he didn't want to be in Spirit anymore, and Wonderful, he will fill that hole, and wonderfully so. Looking marvelous here early. This kid is sharp on the AWP, and with this 2-round lead accrued, a timeout had to be taken to have another bit of a chit-chat. Both teams with full buys and potentially a pivot point starting to build here. If this is a snowball like what we saw happen to Liquid yesterday, where this just ran away from them, that's a little bit troubling. Again, it would be Raj next, but they'll be starting on the T side.
This T start, yet to see a kind of evidence in the gun rounds, so this is going to work out well for them. 6. Blink and it can be 8. You need to find an opening now. If you're Liquid, a boost over the smoke is exciting. Okay, that's not for Yakinda. Deep nade down the ramp, down to 43. Spirit more than happy to just take the fights on ramp. If you want to take this territory, you have to get through Patsy. You have to get through Chopper. Playing the slither, Chopper has the slip. And they are starting to group, so let's see their protocols. This is where Liquid's fundamentals will be tested. You've got to break ramp control, or not, actually, as it seems. There's a bit of a discussion going on.
I don't think OC's going to look away from this one this time round. It's already cost him once. Oh, he has.
It might be coming. And Chopper's already just tapped the head off of Yakinda. Patsy still lingers, and every frag connects. Spirit hitting their shots. OC one back, Patsy slapped. And NAV, good luck, have fun. The angle's too good. Spirit have geeked it. You spot Siren at the same time you spot Magic's. You're just in 2 minds. Which duel do I commit to as they're both peppering you?
Oh, well, you're talking about 2 minds. Is it a save again? Is it another round by timeout here going in the favor of Spirit? It looks likely a 2v4 situation. You don't have any space to work with. You were denied all the territory. You tried to make it up A ramp, You tried to make it out mid, no way. And then you went up B stairs and you got denied as well. So you didn't even have any map territory that you could fall back into. Everybody just walking into the jaws of the dragon and getting lit up crispy, Liquid now. We did touch on factors, and I haven't been keeping track in the same way, but opening kills, there was a big correlation yesterday.
Yeah.
Now,
I have it in front of me.
it doesn't feel like it's gone in that same fashion.
I'm reading 3 openings for Liquid, and we're looking at a large haul. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 opening duels.
Well,
Spirit.
That's the key, right? You're talking about the opening kills in favor of Liquid here. 2 for OC. We've seen those manifest in the ult. 1 for Elige. That's when they broke in towards B. And Yakinda, however, 0 and 4. This is the individual, the Latvian. Oh, that's a little bit of a team knife. Only a slight lick of damage there. 87 points of health. And Galil's to substitute. So this is not a great looking purchase here.
Is that a great looking smoke? You can see what it's done to the AWPer. No info, and Patsy could be behind it. Let's see if Yakinda can find his first opening. This is what he does better than all the rest, or at least tries. In terms of opening duel attempts, he is head and shoulders above every other top CS player.
What a great understanding there from Patsy of that smoke, having to stay crouched, knowing that they could creep into it, more defensive utility. So this setup is well thought out and just buying time for Chopper to rotate back. So the cavalry has arrived with a full bag of utility, and here's the next wave.
This has been really destabilizing Liquid. They haven't been able to get everyone up, established, set up for the exit. They keep throwing in aggression, nades, boosts.
Not this again.
Oh, it could work. They're not ready at all, Chad. Truly unprepared. OC. Oh, quick one on the AWP. Now it gets a bit sketchy for Spirit. Nade dump. Reaction. Forward position. Shut down. Yakinda cracks open the sight, cracks open the skull of Wonderful. Nitro, though, onto Chopper, keeps us with a Liquid advantage. He does weather the nade. Pays a heavy price, but gets away, I say, with bated breath. OC forced out, or not. Safe, actually, just until the spread comes through. He's be able to stay in cover, at least. Jiggle confirming it. Hard duel for Magics to win, and OC does well to connect the shot. Siren, again, this dude has got some sort of gift for surviving on a scrap of health. This time he will eventually go down, and it does convert. There was Galil's, it was interesting. 5, though.
Speaking of numbers, 3rd opening for OC there. That was a bit whippy to deal with the boost, so helping Liquid get in and helping Liquid break the streak. There's the shot again, so that head on the top of the totem, and then it's Yakinda. He buys all this space. Chopper does good to get 2, but the trade comes through from Nitro, and then OC, because of an unforced error of that missed incendiary towards the sandbag position, is able to sit in that power position and lock that round down.
Yakinda, always the motivator, likely reminding them 5 we can work with, more available.
Looking down the line here, so there's a clear conversation, and we have seen Yakinda and OC heading over towards that A ramp, so maybe deciding in what their flight paths are going to be, what type of fight they're expecting to come their way, what type of trickle utility that they would like to limp forward. One more of those, and Spirit, they'll be the ones going to bite down on a partial investment here.
That's the smoke I was interested in. Look at this. First nav, now Yakinda. It's something you can play around. Safe from those incendiaries as well. Wonderful doesn't overstep. Oh,
didn't need to.
Doesn't need to. Through the slither of the tarpaulin. Another Team Spirit opening. Oh, and another headshot out of Siren. Naf immediate to the trade, and Chopper, this is a duel for everything. All the marbles, Naf slips the net. Nitro walks straight to his demise, and yeah, Chopper with a double. Just hacking at them.
I think they thought there was a gap in mid once they identified where the AWP was, but yeah, no gap at all.
To clarify, hacking is in, you know, an axe. An axe with
okay, all right. Yeah, look, I think you'd struggle with the newer...
hacking.
Yeah, the newer gen wouldn't get that anyway.
No,
that's all right.
Just realised I'm not doing a mid-commentary accusation for anyone before the threats are being made.
They're popping up all over the shop right now.
But another double, yeah, lovely from Chopper.
And another save. So let's, well, actually, maybe not another save. They're starting to investigate now.
Can you see OC saving, or maybe not. They really want this, don't they? I mean, fully contained. Patsy coming in the other way. Chopper's going to jump, bait the shot, or...
I think they're going for after time, quite literally. I feel like they're going to go after time because that's how reserved they are. They know that he has to be stuck to this quadrant of the map. This is torture.
No.
Spirit are torturing poor OC right here, right now, on the stage.
Someone call the bully hunters. Team Spirit need to be reported. Because here they come. If he dies after time, he'll only have 1900. A couple of quick scopes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that will hurt. Extra salt, a bucket of it, shipped to OC. 2,000 bucks. Not ideal. Oh my goodness, that is a leash.
On his arm. I wonder if that's temporary.
Can't say for certain.
No, not at all. And as we move into round 14, there is going to be an investment here from Liquid. OC leaving spawn with a Glock and head armor.
Okay, Magisk, easy there, Ryder.
He found a gun. All right, it's not the end of the world. I thought that was miserable for him. He will get a Mac 10 out of all of this. Yakinda with a Tech 9, so they have chopped and changed the rifles, and they're just going to push in towards B as a pack.
Yeah, I like the SMGs if they can find that opening. It has to come from the rifle, though.
The setups have been great from Spirit.
And they're always just kind of active. You know, they're looking for those fights. They will happily take this duel if you give it to them. Now executing in. Oh, good flash. Siren unawares and a clothesline out of NAV. Spotted one on the generator. Chopper slows him down with flame and frag, and just straight into the site was OC. Tripping over their shoelaces upon entry. Chopper spraying into the smoke. Great success. Needs the fresh mag. One back. Elige with the frag. Doesn't have health unless shortly. Yakinda only a Mac 10. This just falls apart for Liquid upon arrival. I think Liquid definitely going to have to mirror this on that defensive side, because at the moment Spirit looking like the better team.
The fact that Patsy only has 5 kills to his name here and the scoreline is still 9-5. Look, it's not end of the world. It's actually a pretty decent half for Liquid, but it's more so that the other contributors for Spirit are here to play. Wonderful top of the scoreboard Chopper. He's been having a great tournament. Magic's with 11 kills. So it doesn't have to be the Patsy show, and that must feel pretty comfy for this X Factor who has a chance to show up in this second half. Another cobbled together buy here for Team Liquid. Finances against them. And Flames against Patsy. So burnt down to 66. We've seen this set up several times. The flash forward, Patsy going to try and scoop what he can. Chopper over another smoke, and he's actually getting peppered up.
Scary with an AK through that smoke. Gotta be quick to reposition in order to avoid that punish. Left wanting are Liquid. 2 smokes, a single Molotov, and 70 seconds to piece together a 6th round.
Yeah, it feels like indecision. They are waiting for pushes, but this is the thing. If you're contained to the lower deck for the first 55 seconds of the round...
He's gone away with this as well, Patsy.
It's just gone for a stroll in the park.
Yeah, more than happy to just float up and down. Wonderful, we'll give him the warning that there's a backpack spotted, and ooh, a missed shot.
Showing the wickets.
A chance. Built upon, an opening for that fly, and OC as well. Puts it in the feed onto Patsy. Wonderful. Called upon. Doesn't have to be the commit. It looks like they're going to send NAF on his low HP to investigate the full gamble stack. You can't lose the bomb here. But with 30 seconds left, do you start walking if NAF calls it clear? I don't know if you've got to...
NAF's going in towards B now. He's quite brazen about this. He's calling it definitely open for business. They're flashing forward. If they try and chase down this bomb, Chopper needs to get a move on. They are dipping back and safe. So NAF, how much territory can he take? Can he get deeply rooted in towards CT spawn to slow out these rotations? Looks like he can, and a massive void to cross. Spots out one, but goes down 3 on 3.
Now that'll hurt. Corpse created, bomb planted. Siren on the way. Woo! Snappy out of Elige, that one. Straight to the head of Siren. And that will deter. Wonderful. A fresh reload and a new fight. Oh dear! Oh dearie me! Wonderful's got 3 and 4 required. OC's full HP. He should have this every day of the week. There is a kit for Wonderful, so he can play this time, jiggle through. He'd need a perfect headshot. 2 to the dome. OC has to really fluff his lines! That is stunning from one. Liquid in dire need, and that's right, I'm doing it, of a pistol.
Well, yesterday they played a retake B setup. NAF was actually playing on the construction position towards mid. They were a little bit lighter on the defensive that B bomb side, or I can already see this is different. So Yakinda looking to investigate. NAF in the back of the site. Nitro listening for footsteps, and the 1x bet odds favoring Spirit here as Yakinda does spot a couple crossing. And, well, that's going to be about it. So they've investigated the early lookout, and a slow one here is wonderful with the P250. Patsy already across to the left-hand side of the forklift room, at least from the T-side perspective.
Chev and MC bringing you all of our Counter-Strike action tonight.
Wonder if Yakinda wants to get a little bit pushy here. Looks like he's starting to relinquish control as Patsy leads the pack.
They're still so static. I mean, if it's off the crane peak, if it's really off of that, you could have a barrage of utility coming your way before anyone's on their way.
Elige has to lock them down here. There's no other way. They have flashes, sure, but Elige is going to have to find a kill or two. 3
still mid. Elige really does have to step up. That's a barrage of util. They're playing for the retake, it seems. Like, coming into Elige. Down he goes. And a nice stack nade to at least level the playing field. Going for the plant. The smokes will fade. So there's a timer on this. Need the headshot. Patsy won. Siren done. On to NAF. Trying to survive is wonderful. Staying where he planted and keeping his feet the same. Trying to find another headshot. Still that double out of Siren ringing through the ranks as he still gets the shot. This Magic's tucked in tight on the site, and that is enough to take this round. OC got no hope on the Reese-fire. What is that from Siren? 3, long-range Glock for the final. And Spirit securing a rather convincing T-pistol.
Yeah, now look, if you're North American hopeful out there watching this, willing your boys onwards, keep in mind we have Mirage, their map choice, coming up next, and they worked wonders on that yesterday against Heroic. So this one, not over and done. We still have a lot more rounds of play, but you could see every little pivot here of Team Liquid's maneuver. Elige had to get kills there, right? Given the Julies to stall them out from at least one corridor. The stack nades work, the flashes not so much. And they will be taking the full eco here. It's going to be 5 USPs, all risking their lives over towards B. And they might find themselves walking straight into Magix and that Galil if they continue this saunter. They've dropped down, they've made no secret of this.
And here they come into the meat grinder. Chef Chopper serving up just the one. It's Magix whose Galil connects onto 3 of the unarmored CT, and Elige, the last added to the naughty list as he plummets to his final resting place.
Okay, well, Chopper, the reinvestment here. What's he going to go for? Looks like he's been dropped to Galil. Magic's upgrading into an AK, so 5 rifles against 5 rifles on the other side. This is where the comeback story for Liquid has to begin. They do not have a defused kit purchased in here, so keep that in mind if we do find ourselves into a post plan. There is a bit of a void in middle as Elige is throwing utility right now to set up the likes of Yakinda and OC over towards A, but it's over towards B, and Nitro, they are very close through the smoke. Tags up 1, they know he's here, they need to trade him. Wonderful will, but Nav's still above.
More frags than he has years on this earth. Wonderful, up to 18. And Patsy down. Big fun to at least secure the round. You know, this was still a 3 versus 4 up until that exchange. Wonderful, of course, limping after his frolic through the smoke.
Felt like they cheered louder for Patsy's death.
That's true too.
Well, the round somewhat changes here for Spirit. Either damage or holding on to their goodies again, and you're not going to be in a rush on either side. Liquid, they need to hold on to all of these investments as well going forward to start building a little bit of a residual bank balance. Yakinda on the top, one of the highest points you can find yourself here on Vertigo. Having lots of faith in OC's position on the jiggle from headshot towards short, and they've announced their presence with a double nade. Smoke as well.
Double nade and then a Molotov. Really wanting to keep the Liquid boys on their toes. Giving it a good shot. Good shake of the stick. Yakinda looking the right way into the flashbang. Set up for success. And would need another really close. Dangerously close. Wonderful will fall finally. Conceding only his 6th death. Quite the KD, but Liquid are on the board.
And we did talk about Elige and having strong performances here being a catalyst for Liquid's victories. Well, here's towards the top of the scoreboard, 15 to his name. You've got OC in there at 14, 12 for NAV. Yikinda with 7 and 5 for Nitro. Now Yikinda, one of the things we highlighted in that first half was with the lack of opening kills, he's currently 0 and 6 in that department. That is damning in itself here for a man when back on Outsiders constantly talked about him finding that traction. And you can see a variation of that same smoke. So under the boards here, giving themselves a little bit of guys to peek over. Nitro forward on the B stairs again, so this is risky if they do return. OC wants to fight, and they're going to flush them out. Not finding too much damage whatsoever. Patsy just sustained 6 points. You wouldn't even call that chip damage with the Jason Moses O'Toole school.
That's more like crisp damage.
Spirit are basically out of utility at this point, right? We're looking at 2 smokes here, 1 flash. So we'll have to get this done through some trading. Or maybe even a hero play as Siren patrolling middle. You can see on the other side, NAF tucked in towards the lower position of the sandbag. And Nitro, he's been here the whole round. This is risky.
It's such a forward position, and it would be a gift from Magix to have an M4 for the rest. Nitro, 1 and done. At least the M4 leaves with him. AK, though, or rather Galil for Magix. The reaction smoke is great. Siren testing the waters. Wow! That was so perfectly synchronized with the Legis strafe. A burst bullet headshot.
They made noise here. Yikinda knows this is coming. OC heard this as well. OC and Yikinda can stay on the site. They're playing retake, and Yikinda still has an incendiary. Does he use it on the site, or does he use it to slow a choke point?
Time to find out. Disruptive smoke from OC. And with 19 seconds left, that will make things difficult. Bit too hot to handle as it currently stands. Liquid losing mans. NAV gone. Patsy fragging. And it's all Patsy to finish. A double to close, and Spirit in hot pursuit of a close of Vertigo. Now, this was their map pick, likely crunching the numbers after watching Liquid play. Felt like they could punish them here on Vertigo, and it definitely has.
Yeah, they are. They are in a big way. And there's that M4 getting dropped off the building. So you're right, it couldn't be salvaged. But they did that with 2 smokes and a flash. They won that round before any kills came in with 2 smokes and a flash.
And it looked
easy.
Yeah.
Very easy. They even used that limb smoke from OC against them, jumping up on the sandbag's position to take down NAF as he scrolled in through heaven. And then Yikinda, you can see he's sketched out. He dropped that incendiary way too early. They weren't even on the site. It's like 9 seconds. 9 seconds is a dream. We only need 4 to get that bomb down. And before we even do that, we'll just kill you. That was way too easy for Spirit now as they extend the lead to 7 rounds over Team Liquid, 13 to 6.
Just an absence of like resistance out of Liquid. It does feel like Spirit, at least here on Vertigo, looking like a much more refined Counter-Strike squad. It's not always been the case. Liquid coming, knocking on Siren's door. Perfect flash. Wow, Siren completely in trouble. Jeopardy for him. Does the AK survive? I'm not so sure.
They've got it. They picked it up. Nitro's got it in his hands right now. Nobody has armor, though, and the space has been taken. Patsy, look how far forward he already is. A minute 30. He's already deep, entrenched within the site and spotting numbers.
Yeah, he's going to get 2 across. Oh, good pre-fire. Liege aware, but Patsy better. Takes down Yikinda. Wonderful onto the last remaining CT in the site on that headshot box. Options minimal. Now that Desert Eagle from OC could lead to something.
Oh, Liege definitely wants to hold on to this, yeah. So looking for exits here, seeing if they can find themselves another upgrade. It's still going to be light on with the next round. It's hard to see how Liquid get back into this game. And that's not woe is me, it's just the state of affairs of the finances. You saw how much utility Team Spirit were using in their first half to defend this A ramp in different waves, right? If you want to make some steps, if you want to throw out your limb smokes and try and take some space, we'll throw an awful lot to make sure you can't do that. And once it's been used, we'll then post up Patsy. Wonderful can be here with Yorp. That's one of the keys, right? That AWP, clearly. Oh, here we go. Check this one out. He might actually get a kill or 2 here. Depends on how many play on the very edge. No, well, now they know. So enough HP that they didn't have to play on the tightest of margins there.
Faced and laced. Spirit close.
Still smiling. I'd be stressed right there if I was one of the +1s of the Liquid players in the server here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. When you compare the way in which Spirit were approaching that ramp hold into this Team Liquid defense, it's a very stark contrast. Chopper on his adventures goes looking mid early. That's Nitro's domain, and there's 2 of them.
already passed. It isn't, no, they're already passed.
Dangerous.
They're already passed.
Very dangerous. Nitro doesn't know.
Elise is going to get absolutely copped here.
Doesn't know.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Blink and you miss it.
Oh, Nitro's down. Liquid just might want to think about map 2. Elise trying to revive hopes for a moment left, looking silly in the flames. And what? They just passed each other. They have no idea. This is a round of Counter-Strike, isn't it? Madness. Made of madness. It's Counter-Strike, and Yakinda, at least he's on the site.
Yeah, and they don't have it. They're still trying to clear out this smoke.
They're convinced he's there, but Patsy not ready for that one. Siren very vulnerable for this incendiary.
They might lose this.
Spread out. Yakinda, a double kill in defense of B. And now it's Spirit that are losing the round. How? With how this started. Wonderful, puts his clutching cap on again. No slouch on the rifle is this young gun.
He's been given a lot of space here and has a smoke. If he wants to announce his presence, he can limp this forward. 11 bullets in the mag, so a reload would be tidy, or even better, a couple of one-taps. So here comes the smoke, an elevator smoke, so deeper. OC will have to reroute towards heaven here.
That fake might cost him, Chad. It allows OC to mantle up for the retreat. He's aware. He's aware that's a possibility. Okay, OC secures it for Liquid.
What was that, a 2-on-4 situation right there?
And courtesy of Yakinda, but also I think maybe a miscomm. I don't know why.
Definitely a miscomm.
Why are they staring at that smoke so intently without someone maybe looking at the scoreboard, expecting someone to be pushed up? It was
think
weird.
It's because of the transition with Siren not seeing NAF run back.
Yeah.
So they still thought a player was close. Because Siren didn't see it, it almost feels impossible that he didn't see it. From our perspective, it looked impossible that he had no idea that was even up. So that was the difference maker right there.
Well, that's a bit of an unforced error.
And a chance for Liquid now. A very good round for the likes of Yakinda combined with OC to pull one back to make it just a 7-round game. When I say just a 7-round game, we know that Liquid can go on a CT slew. If you caught Overpass yesterday against Heroic, they gave us hope. That's part of the comeback. Let's see if they can do it here again.
Oh, Nitro takes a lick of damage early on his descent to B stairs. Forward position, and probably want to play his life. A little less committed. No, he is going to be fully committed to this, and Chopper's got a flash with his name on it. Oh, no. NAF back. Siren does finish onto Nitro. Leaves us in a 4-on-4. Ramp still under control, but the AUG shot from Wonderful heard, and OC is posted up, so bit of a stalemate on ramp.
Nitro's in a lot of forward positions, isn't he? He's given up 2 opening kills so far on this CT side.
Separated by a small piece of fabric, and down they go.
They're just so aware of what's open. I don't think they'll expect Elysia on the flank. This is the bomb. He'll get to stall this out, but Elysia's going to have to go monstrous here. One's not enough.
Yeah, Elysia's keeping his eyes fixed on the prize. Magic's his next target.
This is a cat and mouse game here. OC's played this quite well by going in through spawn. He's avoided death, but we'll still have to deal with the likes of Wonderful. Patsy's coming in from above. This is awkward.
Oh, but Elysia caught from behind. Relieves a lot of pressure. They do have to plant, and that bomb is being picked up. Patsy's going to be coming in first. He hears him. OC, priority on the frag. Patsy, unawares. If he could stop the plant, recovers an AK, and they are planting safe. It's Magic's on the slither gap, and that's enough. 4-15, triple out of Magic's. Joins Wonderful in that 20 frag club. Rather exclusive one.
Yeah, you can see the dismay right there, and I think when you look at poor OC, right, you go back to Cologne. Ben, our stats guy, SGO, has provided us with some nuggets here. Over 13 maps played in Cologne, OC had 12 clutches. So far, over 6 maps to play here at Rio, he has 0 clutches. So somebody who has been quite impactful in dire situations for Liquid is not here at the Rio Major. And a 1v3 like that, that would have ignited the fire in the belly, but now it's 15-7, staring down the barrel of defeat. We're about to go into a bit of a break. They can have a team chat, but then just one map, 16 rounds away for Liquid to be eliminated here. We've mentioned it once, we'll mention it again. The last time Liquid graced a major playoff stage was Berlin in 2019. It's been a long time between drinks.
And yeah, and if you wouldn't mind giving us a full history lesson, at that time, if I'm not mistaken, the Liquid Astralis head-to-head was something we were really hotly anticipating.
And we got it in the quarterfinal,
right,
where Well, Liquid fell when Astralis went on to win that major over Jame and Co.
Yes, the infamous trophy lift from Deve and Co.
Well, here we go. Chopper into a Mac 10. Might be a bit, I was going to say pacey, but not the case. Chopper's just going to maneuver around the map with the Mac 10 in hand. So, yeah, why not, I suppose?
Very forward B positions. You know, contrast that with Magix and Siren.
Well, normally when you're in a situation like this, and I know that, you know, this is an intense round, sure, you'd like to do a default spread and allow the CTs to make the first move with the lower weaponry and hope that they trip over their own shoelaces.
Well, Yukinda, oh, wow. Ties Patsy's shoes for him. And he goes looking for that AK, but Chopper, expecting him to be nowhere close. His back is currently turned. If Yukinda's brave and accurate, it could have been another frag, but it's damage. Chopper walking a bit wonky. If they can spring this trap, it's a bit premature on the flash, no one home. And a real gathering. Everyone attending to A. And walking in is Magix, legs betray Nitro. He's going up and over though, and that's exactly what Wonderful was waiting for. Just crawling through bodies one by one as Vertigo looks to be secure and Liquid condemned to a fight for survival to the death. Elige steals one. Don't have to commit. 30 seconds, that was the bomb. Down on sandbags, a crucial frag from NAV that gives Elige just something rather minute to work with. He's unknown for now. Chopper's positioning for plant. Playing the fade. 10 seconds now, the bomb will be planted. Elige got a lot of questions to answer. And Chopper going on that jiggle clear. That's the first headshot, turns the flash, ready for it, misses that opportunity, but won't make the same mistake again. Can Wonderful close? He did it once. Will he end both halves of this first map? Elige got a good idea as to where he is. Will find himself an AK, plenty now to play the game. Back is turned, but Elige spins on a dime to extend hope for Liquid. What a shot!
We got to see that one again. That's just a lifeline, sure, but Elige. Oh, that was something brilliant right there.
Holy mother of Mary. Let me see this again.
Chopper just trying to get out of town. And Elige, look at that. The tap and the spin. The bullet to the dome. Wonderful. Sit down.
Ooh.
Was that the beginning of something here?
Still not pretty, Chad.
I need a whole lot more where that came from.
Still not pretty. MP9's in the mix. Every frag you can open the round with, a gift for Liquid now.
Yeah, no Mac 10 for Chopper this time. He has invested into an AK-47. I don't think that was the difference maker right there, but regardless, the jump up, okay. Cheeky with the clear. Nitro lobs forward a nade and tickles up Magix, so I'm sure he's happy just to sustain his life right here, right now. Yukinda and OC on A. Elige, the hero of the previous, floating in mid, ready to rotate for Magix. You give him a second opportunity, he's going to deliver.
Perfect frag. Nitro feeling a bit silly after that one. NAF asking for aid. Elige is in some type of way supporting. And NAF, quick to address Magic's advance. He was just starting to walk up the stairs as NAF got to him. And this will maybe level us out. You can see Spirit receding, Patsy approaching mid.
If they take their time around now, Spirit, it's likely they fall back into something similar to a 2-2. But OC, actually, I take that back. He is actually glancing towards the top of A ramp with a lot of information here. So they know it's likely to be this B finish.
This is what NAF is waiting for. This is what NAF is waiting for. Oh, no angle for him.
They were waiting for him.
Yeah, works wonderfully. Now Elige has to be the hero again. Clean headshots were demanded of the American. Good find, needs more. Chopper exposed, and he gets another on the AK. Double for Elige to extend play, and it's a triple. Back-to-back rounds, it's Elige. The name at the tip of the tongue.
We prefaced it. We said he had to show up for Team Liquid to be successful here today in this do-or-die best of 3. Is this too little too late? top of the scoreboard, 23 kills, tying things up with Wonderful now. And that rotation, I was highlighting it. They left the site. It didn't matter. Elige was here, and he was happy to clear.
He's warming up. He's going supernova, as stars tend to do.
Spirit have so many opportunities to close here. And look, if this was a traditional game, we would brand this as a matter of time. I think just one round here for Spirit to break through, but feels like there's something in the water as part of this comeback 10, all but guaranteed.
Speaking of time, you've probably got time to grab yourself a drink. Tall drink of water for your kinder, maybe.
Yeah, you almost spoke too soon right there. Laser beam by that Glock. Here comes the flash, so they will get this mid space, but it is just Glocks.
It is Glocks. Nitro. No stranger to the pistol, should have a couple. Farm up some lovely, hard-earned frags.
He needs those.
Yeah.
He's up to 9 now, so start padding right there from Nitro, but that's going to feel good. And Liquid are a team, Alex. When you think about the history of this core, well, maybe even just Elige and Nitro, how many games they've been in. You know, we speak about the Liquid choke, but regardless, they've definitely been in games that go the distance. So if they're the ones who can flip the script right now and take us to overtime, considering the scenario that has unfolded in front of them, they have had this injection of the Latvian Yakinda, who, with James, they're used to being the team having to come back late in stages, in pressure matches. From the interview in the pre-match, he was having a bit of a chit-chat. He said, these games are the best. That's how he framed it. Well, let's see if they can be the best right here, right now.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Elige has managed to keep hold of that AK, the AK he did extend play with and continue to mop up a triple in the previous, still on his hands, it kind of levels the playing field in that individual dual regard. Saying that, M4 to the body, pretty efficient too.
It's the last time out of Spirit right there.
Okay, let's see how Yakinda handles himself on Ram.
They're expecting something more aggressive because Elige is actually over with the team here spamming. Normally he's holding a smoke or he's throwing utility and then dropping back to help with mid. So they think that this is going to be more asymmetric. And they're right to think so, at least in the early stages. It was looking that way. And maybe we'll continue that way as one of those limp smokes thrown up quite deep through the ramp to hold the CTs. Lock them in position. You don't want to play around any of the unknowns. Spirit again are really taking the time with this as OC will drop out a one-way of his own, but sitting in it. Patsy's in that smoke. This is very scary.
Oh, that is very daunting. OC. What? What? Patsy just blind. Starts to fire off a couple of shots.
I think there's a bit of stage experience coming in right there.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, full rotation coming back. Everybody's starting to head over bar NAF.
You'd have been so mad if you died to that. OC gets a lot of help now. They might regress. Patsy does his best onto OC. Another headshot. Patsy just opening this site like a can opener. More required. Yakinda flustered, jiggled out. 2 towards the site as Siren advances as well.
25 seconds. They're going to have to go on this. That's a great nade.
Wow.
3 on 3.
Okay, he's found him.
They started rotating back. They don't believe this.
Just by cutting noise, they're going to get that bomb down. To Tatch, Naf was in CT spawn as that bomb goes down without a single peep. Maybe a retake smoke. They got 2 of them. Straight in. Nitro escorted out, as is Naf. Chopper on short. Yakinda trying to clutch up, but it does close. Spirit securing Vertigo. Their pick. And no sweat on the brow.
Yeah, 16-10 scoreline right here, and the silence is deafening. The fan favorites, Liquid. Oh, the crowd's not happy about that one. Back to the drawing board. Got the desk coming up next, a break for both these teams, and then Mirage. Don't go anywhere. Well, yesterday it was against Heroic, but it was Heroic's choice, and Liquid got to start on the CT side. They only played 6 rounds on that T-half as he closed things out, so right now we're going to have to see a whole 15, and they need to find themselves in a much more competitive affair than Nothing's just unloaded. Magic's will spot out several members towards the ramp, and they're going to continue to march forward in towards Magic's domain. Completely smoked off for now, and nobody over towards CT for Spirit here, but this will be a retake on A. Smoke and a kit for Chopper. That's if they can even get close towards the site here. It's a flash that OC is going to set them up towards spawn with. It's going to be coming any second, I guarantee you that.
Oh, it better be quick. Better be now. Oh, no, a little late. Very late. Spirit just flattened 3 on Liquid setup. That is an Orky, Momo, and Nav. The same as Siren just taps 2 heads. Sorry, 3 in total. It was Siren and Wonderful that just came in with a vengeance, and that was a full or near clean, perfect CT retake.
And that's the type of round that feels like it's just gone down the gurgler for Liquid, right? They have everything they wanted. They knew exactly what they wanted to pull off. The flash was way too late to come on in. I don't know who was calling that. It's hard to put that on OC. He's just responding to when the teammates need it. But yeah, way too late. They missed the train. They have to sit and wait now. And actually, with that plan, they're going to be getting themselves into a tidy-looking force spy here. 3 Galils, 2 Tech 9s, some utility alongside of this. And this is Liquid's chance to draw things back and wipe that pistol round away. A window smoke deployed, vision obscured. Chopper on the flash does step forward and doesn't see an awful lot, but has to have an idea that something is lurking. Now, we did cover off Team Spirit taking on Furia. Furia,
Ooh, lovely.
Massive comeback. But Team Spirit had an awesome first half.
CT start, very luxurious for them. Elige, lovely opener. Sits Patsy down, tells him a bedtime story, and Chopper playing the fade of this smoke. Kinder to replace it. Deeper.
They're going to play through this smoke here, so you can either play on the fade or spread through up the stairs. Wonderful looks aware of that. Magix has to press closer towards a ramp here, understanding that this split could be coming through. It's on Wonderful and Magix. They're going to come in towards A now.
Oh, such a good setup for this. That is if your Kinder doesn't hit another one of those. A Tech 9 to the face leaves Wonderful rattled. And up the stairs they go, around the bench position. A burst. Shy. NAF. Frag. 2 CT. OC gets his flash at the right time. Hasn't cleared his corner. Hasn't cleared his corner. Oh, now screaming at him. OC at least gets that frag. And yeah. Hey, that's a second round force buy, and they got 5 alive.
Yeah, and the crowd really like that one there. OC stays alive, only just as Siren looking to do the same, but the hunt is on. Nitro already over towards Short. Elige, Yakinda towards Window Room, and OC and NAF, that duo who dealt with Chopper, both over towards CT.
I'd like to make a request. If we could, you know how we sometimes get team comm clips? Can I have the team comm clips of NAF screaming, he's at ticket, dude, he's at ticket. Oh my God, that could be fun.
Do you think OC has any sass in him? Do you think he might be cursing him out in a moment like that?
Oh, true, yeah. We'll have to make sure it's sanitary.
Lots of because again, Twist getting the highlight here.
Fan favorite.
Okay, well, Siren does retain that M4, and because of it, you should see the buy coming behind it. But yeah, you're right, the flash with the correct timing this time round. And Chopper, this is cheeky.
He was getting really overzealous with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was. I guess if the bomb was getting planted default, he could have denied that. That's about it. But
yeah, or you kill Palace and then can swing into OC in a dream state, you know. But we're off.
Look, I'm just saying, if I'm yet to get a kill this early in the game, and I know it's only 2 rounds, I'm guaranteeing one. Just because you don't want to find yourself at 0-7, 0-8, a little bit further down the line. No. Siren just swept and, swept and called the apps clear, at least for his initial glance. So info plays for Spirit, not netting them anything. A window smoke deployed as Yakinda and OC continue to comb through middle here. Connector now denied as Yakinda will use that to usher himself forward. And it is looking like to be a B split. And Siren, this is where he does his absolute best work.
This could be massive. Times this fight well. Eliminates NAF. Presence and an application of pressure. Nitro does find one, but still Siren at the back of that site. OC should have a couple here. Good if his teammates don't go down. Elige catching flat, catching lead. Patsy the one to make him dead. Yakinda back, still a 2-on-2, rather equal here in terms of the state of play. He knows, and Elige, a free frag. Siren screaming, he knows, but Yakinda does too, with 2 of his own. Now, problem solving. He has the bomb, but he's second guessing. Oh, there's the info he was looking for. Thank you very much, Chopper. Appreciate that.
Well, Chopper's into a Galil now, that upgrade from the 5-7. He's just going to stand and duel.
Yukinda and Chopper. A battle of wits, and he goes for the duel! 2 bursts to the face. Liquid take 2. And after everything Siren contributed there, it's still for naught.
And that's what you need from Yukinda, right? That's the type of performance that you're looking for from this import. Needing to close and open up rounds. And this one here is a big finish. Chopper, you can see the head go splat. Pinned against the back wall. And OC, I don't think I've ever seen him shout like that ever before. So getting into this one.
I mean, your tournament life's on the line. Anything your teammates, your brothers in arms do for you, you can and will celebrate.
They are going into the stack of only 3 towards A. The biggest pistol here is the P250. See how much noise it can make in the hands of Wonderful. NAVI through Palace, the other 3 up ramp. Yukinda patrolling the flanks.
There's no way this could go wrong. Nitro, Elige. Ooh. That's a very scary USP on Magix. He's got 2 headshots. He's left their ears ringing, and he's got a kill. That should be it. That should be it.
There's real issues. They've scared them away here. They've done enough.
What?
Elige on 36, Nitro on 37. You might want to get Yukinda over here, and well, he's going to go forward with this Mac 10. So the crowbar is coming out and actually gravitating away. But Patsy knows it's not B.
This cut noise is very smart, but you're right. Patsy is going to call it's absolutely nothing home.
They still dropped all the way back. I think they're very worried about a mid play here.
Well, the cut of noise is brilliant. It's inspired and it's worked. What was formerly very difficult, that AK still lies idle and likely to be scooped up. Yukinda would be the prime candidate for it.
I think he wants to say bounty here with the Mac 10.
That's true too.
And also a sound cue worrisome, but time and HP is starting to become a big problem now.
Going searching is Yukinda.
This would be a miserable round to lose.
They can't afford to lose this. NAVI bails them out. Still 1 on triple. Wonderful spotted jungle. NAVI is all 3 of Liquid's frags with only 15 seconds left. The last 2 will come through. Patsy with a Zeus.
Oh, they don't like that. They don't like that at all.
That's how people in pubs react to the auto sniper.
I'm sure Patsy would love to get away with something cheeky here, but has Yukinda, his nemesis on the other side, and now he's been tickled. Yukinda has heard a sound cue there and wants to run him down with the Tech 9, but if he pushes forward, Patsy will get the better of them here. This Zeus, it's deadly at close range, but doesn't land. Yukinda grabs that AK, and a close round. That was sketchy for a moment, but well handled. That's a key, because if Liquid ran in there and they lost a round like that, that's a tilt round. I think right at that point, you'd think that maybe they'd be going for a couple of extra. So that's NAVI just dipping out, continuing to spam away. Transfers into Magix there, and yeah, Patsy with the final attempt. It was all in vain. And Spirit will get into the buys here. So Wonderful, does he have to put up a massive bag again on the CT side? That's the question here.
Is he capable? OC's got his Zoom banger out as well. Wonderful's going to be boosted up to get early info on that B apps line. You get that slither gap. You can catch returns and descents the stairs. He was a little late for Elige's descent, so that's unknown for now. A boost of the AWPer. Yukinda cross tap. And NAVI responsible for any hijinks on the early A push.
That's the second to last smoke there. So as that plumes, that'll buy them just about the 1 minute mark. And then if you're Liquid, yeah, you were talking about on the return. That was Elige. Straight into the crosshair of Wonderful, who immediately gets freed up to rotate back around. This AWP will have to continue to be this jarring force. And a smoke was just thrown out from Wonderful here. Where's this one going to land? Towards Palace. So that was on his rotation back. Has denied Palace, but they've still crawled up through Connector.
Oh, wow, okay, a Yukinda peek in the flesh, on the stage. Patsy smoked off. He can't find the second. A hard-fought duel. They should be able to nade him. Throws out one of his own in the process. And Patsy just pushes straight through. Nitro nades. OC scopes. A 2-on-2. Hold on to your horses. Siren's coming. Bomb not planted. 25. OC should have a chance here if he doesn't clear. Lovely close. A team effort in that one. Yakinda, he started off proceedings. The rest of his squad there to finish things off.
And that was with an opening kill going against them. Now, one of the key factors in a round like that from Spirit was, sure, all the rifles were out, but they didn't have all the utility. As we were talking at that minute 17 mark, then they had one smoke remaining, and then we saw that get deployed towards Palace. So they were hoping to get it done with bullets. That's why they needed to take those risks. And not all of them paid off. The key frag there was NAV onto Wonderful towards Ticket, because that AWP could have been in a power position. And then OC not sticking his neck out, actually staying very tight and connected. It's risky with an AWP, right? You miss that shot, then that one-on-one for Siren becomes possible. NAF needs to get that bomb, but understanding the situation well. And OC is lining up an instant window smoke here, so maybe a little bit more quickness towards middle against these lighter upgrades for Spirit again. But this is finally a good start for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, it looked great in their brief jaunt on T side against Heroic, but we get to see the full 15 now. If they can keep this up, it's going to be an uphill struggle for Spirit.
Yeah, you can see with the instant window smoke and knowing that it's being confirmed now that it is pistols, they will hear that Deagle shot ring out. Have all the advantages in the world in a round like this, Team Liquid. Firepower, utility.
You just got to get your call right as well. You cannot walk into a stack. It'd be nice if they investigate a little.
Well, I think that's one of the positives is when they have walked into the stacks, they've still been able to convert.
True.
So at that point, you feel that you're almost invincible. But you still want to avoid it if you can. Here we can see a bit harder to do so. It's a 2-1-2 spread of the defenses. And back towards A. So consistently testing Magix here.
Who's already proven to love this angle.
Yeah, and this time he has something more potent. So it's the P250. As Util lobbed out now, when we've seen this before.
That's the tool he loves. Nitro, willing to take it. Has support from Palace. Up and out. First frag, Liquid's way. Shouldn't, but could be a problem on that CT fight. Wonderful does well with his Deagle 2, when most would get 1. Siren the last of the Desert Eagles, and he has made it very costly. He's got Kevlar with that. That's how he's still living. 41 points of health after his double, or rather single, to match Wonderful's double.
He's got time to work into this round as well. The HP is the biggest issue. Mollyden smoked off for now, but the reposition, and I think Yakinda's heard this. Yeah, he has. Yakinda will finish it off. And Liquid will post another round here. Consecutive 5. This is looking more like it.
North America fan in the crowd.
Few of them trotting around the building.
Yeah, I mean, I would be very, very intrigued to see if Liquid can piece this one together, because Spirit are very, you know, worthy adversary.
I'll take an Ancient Decider.
Oh, yes, please.
I would love a third map here. Back into the buys.
This is different. Okay, straight out. Magic's back turned. They could isolate him. Yakinda's still behind the box for now. Doesn't know. We'll have to go wide on this. And Magic still takes down the AWPer. He's not really upset about that. And certainly not now, because Patsy's got another one onto Yakinda. Shuts him down. Now a 2-to-1 exchange leaves Liquid wanting. And Chopper's stubborn. He knows he's got Patsy for the top mid hold, so he'll just stand in the open of mid and hold. We can see Elige was just thought better of it. Just out into the site. NAF gets one and done. That's not really viable unless you can piece together Nitro and Elige through apps. They've still got a 2-man setup. Siren can call upon Patsy as soon as he feels the threat.
Yeah, they've changed the discourse here, Team Liquid. It looked like they wanted to try and finish over towards B, but that smoke and that kill in mid has definitely chopped and changed things. Now, they're giving up so much space towards A. You can see this crawl above them. They might just get pipped at the post.
And that elevated angle Patsy can adopt. He might check. Oh, perfect timing on the jump. Patsy completely inaccurate, but Wonderful is not. Gets the frag, and now Nitro 1v2. Not to be. More frags for Wonderful. His stats nicely stacked, and again, it's Siren and Wonderful at the top of the table for Spirit.
Yeah, but on the other end, Chopper still yet to get a frag. Maybe wants to go back in time and see if he could have picked up that one against OC to just guarantee something.
True.
But finally, a round to break the slew of 5. Spirit will keep 2 alive, and consecutive required here if they really want to start putting Liquid under the thumb. On the other side of that, Liquid win this round, continue to pummel Team Spirit. Get yourself 6 already, likely 7, a fantastic T-haul. And on the CT side, where we know they can do some fantastic work, close things out, set us up for that third as It's a bit more of a default spread with Nitro KOC. Now that's a standard play, right? Get the Orpa in Palace, look for a pick over towards jungle, and it lands.
Very nice. This from Wonderful is very cheeky, just as he drops.
He's pinned.
He's in trouble, especially now. Elige onto Siren. The two highest flyers for Spirit now very vulnerable. He's crab walking out. Nitro, oh my God, he goes for the no-scope, but it does lead to his demise. So Yakinda through the ladder room to punish that window lock-in.
NAVI's been so annoying on these Palace lurks. He's just such a nuisance. It continues to be so. Chases down Chopper. And now it's just Magix, who they know is traditionally an A defender. So where is he? He's got to be here somewhere close. And the only thing that was left open through all of this was the A ramp. So I think they will start to piece this one together as Yakinda likely to be a scouting party in towards B. It's been decided, hey, we're going to take this in towards the second letter of the alphabet. We'll get this bomb down, and it doesn't really matter if you find Magix or not. He only has this MP9. This is phenomenal from Liquid, and similar scenes as to how yesterday went. Just 2 stomps, consecutive maps, back-to-back. The third, it delivered a whole lot more of overpass. That saw Heroic go through. And in case you are just tuning in, this is for the final spot within the champion stage. We've already locked in 7 teams across the course of these last 8 days. Well, 8 play days. We've been here for a little bit longer. Elige will find the final. And locks in what we all knew as the smiles are creeping on the faces here.
Got some Photoshop artists.
Creative as well out there.
Yeah.
All right. Musical.
Just
Artsy.
creative souls, for sure. Oh, ooh, it looks nice, feels good. Got a smile out of Elige as well, which is always a positive.
Wonderful. Has an AWP.
Yes, Siren decided he didn't need any money and believes in the team.
Well, this is something they would do with Dexter, where he would deliver on the promise. This is why Dexter was a great element to have in your team. He'd combat AWP like this, he'd get up close and burst to the ramp, he'd get 3 kills, he'd pop off, he'd give you the slaps, he'd set the mood. Let's see if Wonderful can live up to that.
If you are Liquid as well, there is, you know, there's maybe a small likelihood you've discussed the potential.
I don't think so.
I mean, this is going to be such a surprise. There's no way you round this corner preemptively. Well, the information has been obtained. A little bit of ballet out of Elige, just cheeky bit of leg.
And you bang on. Now that you know, maybe head towards B and do a full execute, use all your utility. Look at it, it's like a Christmas sack right now. They got more presents than they know what to do with. Molly, smokes, flashes. Wonderful ahead of the rotation here. Shows himself and then rotates all the way around the world to B. It's so curious to go for mid control once you know that an AWP is in play here, but it is the right call. A-ramp to be cleared out, sure. Chopper and Magix can confirm that. But the AWP posted in a forward position will not be seeing anything. We got 38 seconds left on the clock. 4 players looking likely to come up through connector. They could even just park OC here as oversight. Chopper they have to flush. Magix will be dealt with as well. But this should be pretty easy.
Yeah, just got to worry about this ramp setup. Chopper burrowed into Sandwich. Nav should have him. Or Elige. And that plant not going to be contested by Magix. Might have a shot. Nav, oh, he's doing a lot for the squad, isn't he? Just tending to the gaps.
The Warden of A right now.
That's a nice way to put it.
Keeping a lock and key is Siren. Okay, well, you did drop the AWP and you've hit a banger with the Deagle.
You'd love to hit that shot. He can stop the retrieval if he can kill them both. Patsy, next victim, Yakinda shuts them down, removes the AWP from the round, and it is lovely for Liquid. 7 and still racking them up.
This is much more like the Yakinda we know and love. He had a tough go on Vertigo. The Death's discussed it. They just don't like the look of Liquid's Vertigo at all. But here on Mirage, a bit more of a comfortable territory, and Yakinda showing us exactly why. That shot onto Wonderful was fantastic, and then they continue to search for more. The buddy-buddy duo, bit of a comedy film with Elige and Yakinda, able to deal with the final few, and this will be the second time out now from Team Spirit. Wonderful, fortunate from his teammates, will get another AWP. Siren has enough cash to get out an M4, so it's all good in the hood. But if they don't get started now in this CT side, Team Liquid, they're going to have a shutout here. It's great to be in awe of teams when they're blowing out on their maps, right? You just have to sit back and enjoy, and obviously you can dissect some of the decisions or some of the choices that Spirit have gone for here, but Liquid, it's hard to see them putting a foot wrong. The individuals are firing on all cylinders right now. the names you want to see towards the top of the scoreboard are there. And yeah, OC's found himself.
Whoa, that is signature OC. Straight up mid, up the guts, and into the header chopper.
Imagine being enabled to do that by your teammates. That's going to fill you with confidence here. Patsy noted.
That will too. Yakinda knows. Oh, and Siren tag. This is so nice from Liquid.
Quick change.
I spoke too soon. Patsy finished off. Siren limping on B.
That quick change right there from Elise. That one there is a little bit of a tilter. Yeah, you don't love to see it, but they will convert. Now, how does this one go wrong? Still so much time. A one-man advantage. The walking wounded of OC. Yakinda down towards about half HP. Magic's, again, close ramp. It feels like they're more than happy to give you that space. They account for you every single time. And accounting for a push right now was musical statues with the drums in the background. Liquid are hoping there is an aggressive maneuver in their direction. Nitro just making sure nobody's home towards T-spawn. And if they regroup and go for another one of these ace splits through the connector smoke, they won't have the linchpin of NAV coming out Palace this time.
And we saw how valuable that was. Being very diligent. And Yakinda, as per, crossing and crossed off of Wonderful's list.
This gets dicey now.
Very much so. You only got 15 seconds. Every decision has to be perfect. It's NAV to plant triple side. No one can really contest apart from Magic's.
Someone's going to play.
8, 7, Nitro tasked with it. OC the bodyguard only with 4 HP. How on earth do they dig themselves out of this one? They don't, is the answer. Just Siren with the spade to dig them a little lower. And now 3 for Spirit. Still very separate rounds. It started so well. That's a recovered from the OC opener.
Yeah, and it was time. Time being the biggest issue out of all of this here, because Patsy is lucky to get that kill into Elise. I didn't think it would come back to bite them in the ass, but you see him quick change here in towards the nade. Yeah, exactly. And that's where you could start to lose Elise as part of the mental game. Siren, then Salt in the wound. A round that should have been theirs falls apart, but it is only the third.
You want a definition of an unforced error in Counter-Strike? That's it. Swapping away from your gun mid-spray. Understandably, gonna get under your skin.
Okay, well, Liquid, you can course correct again here. Just win one back. Chopper still yet to frag. Who would have thought? Not killing OC in that one round has led to a massive drought here for Chopper.
I feel like you're speaking from experience here, Chad.
Yeah, you got to take the opportunities when they come, because Yakinda, he's not going to miss in the back.
No, not at all. And that's lovely from Magic.
They know A's open.
Forcing the fight. They're trying to waterfall through. Out they go, and now Magix is escorted.
Look who's in the crowd here again this round. Falling apart as we have even more support for the Liquid fan base right here. Fallen joining the ranks, previous Liquid member for a short stay.
Is he wearing a Liquid jersey?
Oh, he is. I'm sure he's got a cupboard full at home.
Holy. Well, if ever there was a way to really pull out a superpower, I reckon Joker Steve just quickly sent him a WhatsApp saying, lad,
we need you down here now.
That would be great. That secret strat. Fallen, joining the ranks.
I don't know where that is in the page of the strat book right there.
That's cheeky. Very cheeky.
Again, Liquid respond. So consecutive rounds, non-existent for Spirit here. And this is how it's going to go, showing weaknesses in each other's map pools. You have to exploit it, you have to take advantage of it, and you have to have a strong map pool to be able to do exactly this. Wonderful to save, Siren the same. The bomb will go off, the fight at range, a leash. You'll take that. Feels like it's going from bad to worse for Spirit here in this half.
I mean, it is surprisingly quite comparable to Vertigo.
Funny that.
Just swapping the roles, you know, there is a very clear difference in Liquid's understanding, and it was so obvious on Vertigo as well. Liquid was like 3 or 4 steps behind Spirit.
I think the difference in that game was at least Liquid started the half with something. Remember, NAF having a big round, Elige having a big round, OC with the AWP finding some openings there, so at least you could point to some beacons of hope. Here for Spirit, it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Siren pushing through a smoke, getting 2 kills to deny a round, some more saved guns. Thinking maybe we just get this one done over.
I mean, 8 rounds T-side, it's
dreamy.
Yeah.
Dreamy indeed.
Different look again. Liquid. will have to contend with Wonderful or not, as playtime's cancelled by the Molotov cocktail.
They're just going to walk into B here.
It's not too telegraphed, is it? They're just going to walk on contact, and Siren's only got a Deagle to deal with this. Here they come. And Nitro does immediately eliminate the closest defender. Lovely barrage of util. Patsy, though, some mad smoke find. Should see the plant Elige demanded to do so.
They have residual utility here as well, so redeploys the smokes towards window, as you've just seen from Nitro. There's another one available here on Elige as well. A molly for OC. Just don't put your head on the line and you should be all right here, Liquid.
Cheeky boosts across the map. A re-smoke, lovely, really played well here by Liquid. It's Patsy that goes down on the way in. He was one of their main hopes, that wonderful orb, not best used and utilized in a retake. Chopper run down for his 11th consecutive death. They're coming for you, or at least Nitro is. Baits the shot, swings on through. Wonderful will hold on. Just to his orb, and that's not a guarantee. Your kid is coming. He's thinking about it at least.
Oh!
How's that?
Well, Magix didn't get the gun, so
I
at
wonder
least
if
there's
that's
that.
why he waited an extra second, just to, if there was no chance of that weapon falling into the wrong hand.
Well, there was another key that you pointed out there, Wonderful saved AWP, and a BXQ is a great way to try and deny that finding much access here. So here it is again in the replay. Bomb goes off, steps out of the gray screen. Yeah, Magix can see an awful lot there, while we could see Yakinda had no hope. So just trying to hard clear that corner.
Smart, though, to not give that weapon up. Magix would have loved that. Still, they are equipped. Spent all their pennies, all of their schmeckles, trying to recover this defensive half. And that's a freebie. Yakinda walks out straight to Wonderful's orb.
Yeah, they know they have to be a bit more proactive here, looking for these early fights. They've had Chopper try over towards Connector. He's gone down. May as well send out that big AWP to do the dirty work.
It's a party in the front row now.
Well, Liquid in a situation like this, when they had a number advantage, did wait too long. And again, they are taking their time, hoping that a push comes their way. But this crossfire in middle is quite strong. Patsy on short, Chopper Connector, joined by Magix. Siren actually over towards A, and it's the AWP towards B. But Chopper back turned, and might be back in the grave here. He's going to start creeping up mid. A leg shot through. Nitro has so much space to work with, unless Patsy can put a leash on.
Yeah, he should have him. Should, being the operative word, and he's found it.
Chopper's pushing. He's going to hear them rotating through spawn.
Yeah.
He knows it's going to be A. He can call the troops over towards A right here, right now.
Oh, they're not going to clear under. Thought they'd really pulled the wool over their eyes. Nav just goes leaping in, and now this one, yeah, it does fall perfectly into place off the back of Wonderful's opener. OC and Elige. Yeah, I mean, you've got cash. You will have a go. Clear through. Immediate frag back. Siren.
You don't know you run into your death here, do you, OC? Chopper, he's been waiting for you and doesn't deliver, but the USP with the final finish almost fluffed his lines and gets his first kill. Imagine if he didn't get that one.
Oh,
imagine if he didn't get that one and it was against OC.
And we've got, yeah, it's round 14 as well. Like, we could have had the full goose egg half.
Yeah, don't remind me, the donuts, they sting. They definitely sting. They leave a mark. That's mental residue that you want to make sure you can get off the brain.
Yeah.
It's a bit sticky.
You know, Spirit would bite your arm off for 6. They've definitely found the 4th. Let's see if Liquid can put a lid on this. Heavy lean, as per tradition. Well, 3 towards mid.
But this time around, Wonderful's not searching for an opening pick. So we're going to see a clear difference maker in a round like this if the opening kill comes in the favor of Liquid. So Yakinda, who was parked tap, now transitions towards the top mid box. Elige is already under the window, and from these positions, especially for Elige, if there's any footsteps heard, he can help pinpoint OC and Yakinda to put their crosshairs in the right places. He's trying to be a bit more stoic with the utility here, Team Spirit, and it's an advised decision considering the pace of this round. 55 seconds almost completely going by without anything, and now they can start to feed these smokes into Connector, which is a denial of 2 positions. Not only the Connector crawl, but also the underpass, because Chopper gets to use it as a one-way, and he's at least tickled Elige up.
Ooh, yeah. A chance in that smoke, though, if Yakinda was to spray, has not chosen to engage. No info. Smoke up and crawling. Now short, that angle from Patsy is a very nice headshot. Finished now by Chopper. Window smoke fades, and he actually just jumps straight into mid.
They're going B. Bomb's just been scooped up now by OC. Gonna meet up with the Liege and Nitro. The Americans.
Going the wrong way. They're just giving up B. Just about gets back there, but the damage is done, I'm afraid. Market OC calls. They need to get that bomb through, and that is quite the spray. Nitro on the headshot angle. Sprayed down at range. Patsy looking the wrong way, and NAV gives Liquid hope. More of that. OC unable to connect, but Elige is. And it's all from Market now. If they can focus their attention, they've got angles. They can work with this. A quickie out of OC. Big shot. First of the round. Looking for 10 and finding the frags necessary. Chopper would have to find all of them. And it's OC, baby. A triple kill on the AWP. Gives him even more confidence coming into that second half. They needed him, and he shows up.
Oh, that looked like quite the banger from Elige there as well on low HP. I think he had 4. Here it is. Bang! Yeah, it was a banger. Crispy little one-tap there in OC. The OC supremacy starting to show up here. That third is a thing of beauty. And Liquid, they're running away with this one here. Don't often see Elige having a reaction like that. They know what this means. And now Quick with the onslaught, the fast through mid into Wonderful searching for a pick.
That's the change up again. Wonderful. Again into mid and again successful. Chopper ducking for cover. Fancy a forward position for this bench jump up. Now the boost may be a better off angle. And oh, Elige has got the adjustment in time. Good find. Chopper starting to rack up a couple more here as he's so blind, not dead. Yakinda's got him locked, pinned, strafes wide and down. Look at the damage he inflicted though. Chopper's done a lot for the boys.
Yeah, it took a lot for what seemed like a guaranteed kill, didn't he? The 3-on-3 back on. Fortunate that. NAV still close towards the ramp position here. Nitro to call through this mid-round. He has options. Do you want to send feelers out to both sides of the server? And who's going to activate first? Will Yakinda or will NAV, who's actually now found himself in a bit more of an open position? You can see Siren understanding the situation quite well. But if they let them walk into A initially and they get nothing, Yakinda's almost useless.
Yeah. I mean, the difference is Wonderful's not looking. It will just be Magic's. Starting to call for the AWP's help now, and he doesn't need it. On to NAV, one back, Nitro unprepared, and Yakinda at least.
I said he was useless.
Puts Siren down, but the round is lost, just like that. There was not time for that. Playing it safe is Wonderful, and a 5th accrued. Not bad, but not a single consecutive round. That is a very impressive T-Hall. A 3rd map. As close to locked in as Liquid have seen. 10 rounds on the attack. We're changing sides. We'll be right back.
It's Elige. He's at the backside of Catwalk. He can see players pushing him. He's spinning back and forth. Elige electric hold.
Looking to complete the sweep. Team Liquid have looked excellent here on Overpass. And Elige, oh my God, he just executes them.
to OT. 100 Thieves, they had the advantage. They had Team Liquid right where they wanted them. Flashbang in, and they try and pop out on the back of it. Elise opening it up. Go on, bud. There it is, number 4.
It's about to get real cool over here towards their round.
Doesn't work out, but there's Elise. You said you wanted to see him. T3000 on the map. You've seen a lot of him. That's stunning from Elise. That's the big dog you want.
They're still down there, and now the spray, the murder box.
Going. He's left side.
Oh,
Left side.
nice. Don't see market window. Siren still market, maybe door.
He could be out door.
Nice.
Window dead.
Nice.
One more. Siren.
Oh, no, empty.
Close.
Nice.
One more,
Inside. Nice. Let's go.
Looking good and feeling fine. It's been divine for Team Liquid right here on our second map. A stark contrast to the first. Spirit, sweat on their brow, quite literally and figuratively. Our third map waiting for us is Ancient. Should we require, it seems like Liquid demand it. You can see 10 rounds already to the good. A CT pistol would certainly be the first nail in this second map's coffin.
And there's no signs that Spirit are going to put up too much of a fight here. Liege with the Julies. Now, we saw how this went on Vertigo. The answer was not well. Let's see if he can course correct as Nitro over towards Ticket. Here comes the U2, and here comes the fight.
That's what he's been waiting for. Good opportunity. They jump through. Chopper, the first victim. And that's all she wrote for the Jewel Beretta story. They're already in and across, surging towards CT as they plant, safe from the smoke, and already, ouch. Pain and suffering for Yakinda.
And these two had utility. So Yakinda with Kevlar and a smoke, and Naf with a molly and a flash in case it was going to be a B play. So the CT expectancy of the T round was not the case at all. And look, this time round, Elish does get a kill on the Jewel Berettas, but that was it, just one. You have to get a whole lot more there if you wanted to stall out Spirit. Now in map number 1, Vertigo, that was the choice of Spirit. We went 16 to 10. Let's see how many the Dragon can post before Liquid decide they want to close this one out. But it's still going to be an uphill battle. Bomb goes off, 6 secured, and they will not find the final 2 members of Liquid here. I don't know if Spirit came to Brazil intending to turn themselves into villains, but somehow they've been able to do it, successfully so. They seem like they get the biggest jeers out of anybody that we've seen on that stage thus far. We even had Cloud9 eliminating Imperial, so a tall task to live up to this. But this force, looking neat, looking tidy. 2 Famouses, a Scout, and 5 Sevens. They pack a punch as Chopper patrols middle.
Yeah, a bit of a lone wolf. They're all coming up ramp side, and this Magic's already deleting one. Nitro down, every frag going the way of Spirit. And Jop has gone through the window route, solo boost. Off the bench, and a perfect avenue to find that posted up Scout.
His teammates threw a Molotov behind him there, so no wonder Ozzy wasn't expecting that play. All right. Convincing now from Spirit, at least in the start of the second half. Consecutive rounds. They found them.
Hey.
If you include the final from the first half, it's even 3. So much better than how things fared in the first.
Yeah, the individuals of Spirit, I mean, you know, got a lot of time for Siren, wonderful, Patsy, Magix, of course, a very impressive rifler. Chopper, of course, pulling all those strings, but...
This is where it went wrong for them against Furia, though, Alex. This is where I remember that game vividly. It was like 10-2. We were loving the fact that Spirit were reserved, and then as the game went on, they started to take a few more liberties, and then they dropped that ace over towards Tetris.
I remember very clearly.
And then 11-4, and you think, well, still, Spirit's still going to pick this one up. And then Furia, they ran it back. And they put Spirit in the dumps, and it's been, well, not a downward spiral since, but a mixed bag. All right, well, some nades, 3 of which now famous. Yakinda close ramp. All right, Yakinda, you can stop them here.
Yeah, you can. It just has to be perfect. And it's not. Siren deletes the ramp presence, and they'll go through the flow chart of a take. They get to rotate through, just smattering of pistols. Of course, that FAMAS on Nav. Be hard pressed to do anything with this. Bomb now planted. A late nade. Attention drawn CT. Wonderful head all over the place. He's aware that these are the rounds where those gimmicks come out, such as a boost at CT. That's not going to find all too much.
Yeah, just damage here, right?
Look at Chopper. He's like, I know where I can find frags.
If I'm Nav, I don't want to die here. That's a full gun round. Next round, right? Well, why give away the FAMAS? He will get a kill. Soften them up slightly, but I know it's just a FAMAS. You've got head armor. You've almost got a full belt of utility. You're trying to help Elige get out of dodge. That's not going to happen. It's just him and OC, and now that you know where the FAMAS is, maybe you want to rip that one away.
I think they're going to try. OC dead, and surely. Oh, hold on.
Nice shot. Under pressure right there. Running him down, wanting to rip that away. So decent damage from Nav, mainly to retain. Means his reinvestment in this round is non-existent. Just a couple of upgrades as OC, you can see here, 2 around him. Neither shot landing. Chopper getting revenge, kind of in a weird way, but it's only 2 rounds the difference here. This has happened quite quick.
This is where Liquid proved that the CT side is theirs. Spirit to flip that script.
Okay, just a fake towards B here. I think they want to draw out as much defensive utility over this side of the map as possible. If you want to return towards B, you need to make sure they don't have those smokes to block off the chokes or play behind. You don't want them to have the mollies to slow your crawl. So you need to be threatening within the early stages. They've already made them expend 1, and there's actually 3 players who are somewhat in position to deal with this. Yakinda, he was acknowledging it alongside of Nav. OC in that vent room, as we've just seen highlighted. But there's no information across the map here, truly, for Team Liquid.
Yeah, very passive stance. Now ready to dance. He's got a smoke and time to get it out. The nade could be perfect. You couldn't have considered it, but they are already on their way. Now, huge damage with the FAMAS. That's practically 2. It's just Yakinda to put the final bullet on it. But locked out. Spirit go back to the drawing board. 40 seconds for them to recover, but off kilter.
There's no wiggle room here. There's no wiggle room at all. You just denied. Denied on entry. Didn't even get to the front door. You've been kicked out of the club, and they're just going to save. I'm surely they were going to save. Hold up. Wonderful's looking B. Maybe. Maybe they'll give this a crack. Patsy coming up cat now. If they can deal with Nav.
That smoke could imply 2 things. And Patsy not ready for Nav tight, so another frag for him. He's up to 2.
Now it is the save.
Yeah.
Maybe looked like a bit of a fool right there.
But the smoke, by throwing it, you know, you can see how the CTs would start thinking, oh, they could be underpassed away. You know, it does also facilitate Patsy to not have to be spotted on his short crawl. So there was legs to that if Patsy did find a frag, but that's Liquid's 11th and their first on defense.
And Naf even got himself from the FAMAS into an AK. So the fact that he held on to that, he found impact and found an upgrade. So he deserved that. And this is a chance to continue to sprawl forward. Now, those saved weapons, the biggest is Wonderful, right? We're having a look at him, 14 kills. You got Siren on 17. Wonderful was very impactful in the first half of Vertigo. It was the rest of the teammates showing up in the second to get the job done. But you turn to an AWPer on a map like this to look for any of the CTs overstepping the mark.
is my favorite one.
Top of the charts here in Brazil, I believe.
Walk-in contact mid.
Their connector smoke will be up for a moment longer. And I'm talking about Spirits, the deep one. As Nitro and Elige, they're searching for Siren now.
Yeah, Siren's, ooh, just given up the angle. Just gave it up as Nitro rounds the corner, so, ooh, quick headshot onto Elige. No trade available. OC still close quarters, finds his AWPing adversary and shuts it down, up and over. Damn, Siren is on one today. OC2, but Patsy does find him up on the stairs, slips through connector. Chopper now should have an open runway to plant. NAV jungle side, Yakinda CT, so they will try as hard as they might to make this difficult. Good weapon to hold the jungle side. Concerned about the flank still, and a great shot from Patsy to secure a 9th and close this gap further. Yeah, that's lovely. Puts himself up to 10, but more importantly, it's Spirit up to 9. 40 rounds out of 5 played. I'm actually quite jealous. That looks comfortable.
Someone get him a pillow.
Yeah, it's all he needs.
Wow, just looking at that there, I like the heads-up decision from Patsy to upgrade into that AWP. You highlighted the fact to use it to lock down that quadrant of the map there, and it paid off. It paid dividends immediately. How much is this a serious comeback, or is this another classic IEM Rio fake comeback? Well, this round I think will be extremely telling of that. Setting up for an A piece. It's retake at the moment as Nitro has just thrown a block smoke towards the top of the ramp. That has plumed and might change plans here. You can see everybody now quick changing away as he comes back to scoop up. Stairs smoke for him. And they're going to go.
Why not? Nitro, counter util, delays that Magic's push, and they're already swinging through. The flash is so good. It was a team flash. God, Nitro swallowed it. No vision as Siren shuts him down. A nice gap on that CT smoke. Yakinda probably screaming. He's got some options in front of him, but his team not so sure. They've got Elige working on this flank. Magix is actually investigating. Oh, okay. Elige at least gets that one. That bomb is ticking rapidly, losing time for a retake.
Where's the kit?
None. And now running out of players. Boys, you might want to keep what you got. You put all your pennies into this one. You haven't got the 5-second defuse. Yakinda's on site. Good fight. Good one for OC. Time. We need to be defusing now, and it's OC still finding shots. Wonderful's denied the defuse, and this round is his.
There's no time.
This round is his. Over to Chad Birchall with what that means.
Yeah, the Elige flank, it looked good. That kill was fantastic, right? It felt really good on the way in. They even found Yakinda getting a kill, but just the lack of kit and the lack of anybody putting their body on the line to take that space. Wonderful with another clutch. This kid, it's a coming out party here for him, his first ever major. And all he had to do right there was keep his cool. He handled that with poise and grace. OC doing what he can, but wonderful. As soon as he hits this shot, the time's up already. Get out of here. You're not getting anything done, as this has been the first timeout for Liquid, who are now under the pump.
Most definitely.
Well, they can get in with another buy. This is fortunate when you're losing so many rounds. The loss bonus is working in your favor here. And when you're saving guns on the CT side, you get a little bit extra to work with.
But yeah, I mean, the Spirit are rapidly developing grounds for a 2-0 here.
It's hard to buy into this still, right? We've seen this happen time and time again, but I think if Spirit draw this one level and do eventually break Liquid and their finances, take all the guns away, that'll be the difference. And when maybe we think it can be that Spirit 2-0, but Liquid have the chance, and well, smoke will obscure the vision here of Yakinda. The Molotov from Chopper, if it was destined for the window, it doesn't hit the mark. They're gambling right now that it will not be a B play within the early stages of this. You can see OC taking the positioning now up towards Palace. Nitro is actually going to use that AWP to take some more space. So if Nitro can just tuck in, he doesn't actually need to search too far. He is being diligent to make sure that nobody is around the corner here, and he will get on top of the sofa. OC worried about the ramp position, but we can see that he can rotate back freely, because Spirit haven't taken any territory across the map just yet. Now their indications are being felt.
That was the last of the smokes. Look at Wonderful's position, just trying to catch. He knows that no one's been tending to Palace, but Nitro's burrowed in there. Might encourage them, corral them through ramp. Okay, OC was flashed, doesn't have the info. Magix has slipped through. Slip the net into Sandwich. With 40 seconds, this next frag is everything, and he's got it. Chopper gone. Wonderful the same, and Liquid taking Spirit down a peg. Magic's trying to make a case. Short-lived, and only Siren. Yeah, you got the frag. Yeah, you got the bomb. But there's 2 more members of Liquid looking for you. Good info on jungle from that nade. Oh, and tagged up even lower. Siren, the immortal, does finally go down.
Okay. They got the AWP back as well right there. Just really laser focused on that chase down from Elige. He gets it back in the hand of OC. It was hard to see how that one went wrong, especially when you have Nitro, the insurance policy, up towards the Palace. I know that he goes down to Magic's in all of the fray, but that was milking even more time off the clock and set OC up for the trade. Another sharp one here out of Siren. He continues to hit shots, 21 kills. He's towards the tippy top of the scoreboard alongside of OC, and Liquid will take another timeout. So really exhausting them here. The fact that you still had so many to work with in this second half. Daps, he doesn't look stressed at all. Doesn't even have to say a word.
Yeah, I mean, he has just looked identical to when we started this game. Just stone-faced and observing. You know, if I was making assumptions about him, I reckon he's a good listener.
Yeah, well, Daps has definitely been around the traps in North American Counter-Strike for some time.
You know, they've actually managed to get quite a threatening buy, considering what they were dealt.
Yeah, well, they were given 30 seconds to have this conversation.
True.
So pinching the pennies here.
Even Wonderful on an AK. Eyes on him, because he is actually the spearhead of this operation, coming to extract Yakinda. Great opener. It's OC again. Wonderful on the AK. This can go anyway. This can go either way. Magic's only a Galil. It's not the weapon for the job. Wonderful. Slips on through. Elige lives the gap. And
Nitro's aware.
yeah, but he's counting on Elige. He's actually heading back CT. Bomb back at T-spawn. OC elevated for the cross. So as much as this feels like space, this is just enough rope for Wonderful to hang himself if he's not aware. If he's not aware of the gap.
Right here, it seems that Liquid are very aware. There is an opportunity to get in towards A right now. There's no pressure from short, so Siren can start to walk up. It's Patsy who has the most dangerous cross available. You can see Nitro. He's worried about the stairs position, so he is being extremely cautious on his glances. And Patsy is in, so the bomb will go down, and Siren guarding him.
Really? Yeah. Bomb down. Perfectly executed. They are still at a disadvantage. But for how long? NAV's going around the world. T-spawn for him will come into play shortly. Patsy's actually holding ramp side, and they've got a crossfire established. Wonderful through jungle. Planted from that sight line. Connector can see it. Patsy v NAV, maybe our first engagement. 3 members of Liquid have crossed into the site. And on the jiggle, Elige wins the fight. Patsy, though, catches NAV sleeping on the defuse and still held. Unless he can knock him off. He can't. 13 secure. Safe hands.
Classy retake there. They didn't look flustered at all. That was very well handled in that situation. And look, the scissor paper rock that is the utility in this game, the fact that NAF gets that smoke out before he pushes through the precipice of ramp actually wins them the round. Because check this out, you might see it in the replay. There was actually, you hear that extinguish? You hear that noise? That was Wonderful's molly. There was no other smoke other than NAF's available there.
Oh, he saved them.
Quite literally. And I don't think they realized it, but that was the state of the nation right there.
Sheesh, what a save. They puts him on 13, it breaks Team Spirit. I mean, that is make or break, minor differences in gameplay. And they're coming quick, fast, furious. And Patsy actually gets away. How does he slip the net now? Won't be for long. That nade has got his name written all over it. Pushes in towards CT, flirting with the benches.
They're going to plant again here. So again, the cash injection.
Oof. Well, there should be a sound retake. Chopper on the fade, another spotted. Every shot connecting for NAF. Wonderful spotted out last in Palace. Magic's about to get hunted. NAF to mantle. Hard headshot to hit. 8 HP. It's a 14. Happy with the plant spirit. In terms of mounting a comeback, it's still a brutal uphill struggle. You've got cash to splash, but you've got margin for error in the bin.
Yeah, basically nothing right now. And I think one of the bigger issues right now for Spirit is the Titans of Liquid are all stepping up. OC 22, 19 for Yakinda, 18 for Nap and Elige. Those are the heavy hitters. Nitro normally just along for the ride in a lot of these games. So if all 4 of them are starting to post numbers, especially now in this slew of 3 rounds, they can close this out. Remember, we weren't buying in this Spirit comeback. We were going to wait till they took the lead, and maybe that's not going to happen. OC with another opener.
Wonderful back. OC, safe, courtesy of the flash. Naf investigating middle, this time tucks up on ladder.
Siren's been great here, and by the looks of things, he is taking an awful lot of space. He's doing his pre-fires live for everybody at home to acknowledge, and you can just see how procedural this is.
Wow.
Understanding every single angle that he is viable to, and he's in. Yeah, he's entrenched. He is very, very deep within the site right now. They have to be aware this is open, but it comes down to the duel with Nitro, who's loud on the rotation. Siren has heard this.
He's coming for you. Nitro does fall. Siren reveals himself lethally. Utility deployed. Wonderful cat core elsewhere. And Patsy can slink in the meantime. No, he spotted him on the jump. 2 there. Tapping side of the head. Body lining up. Patsy double. And OC left wondering, scratching his head, how it's all gone so wrong, so fast. Patsy gets 2 from A onto that B defense.
Is OC going to give this one a crack here? He's still trying to work out which side it's at, I think. And it doesn't look like it. He's staying very, very silent with the sniper. And that was just toying with Team Liquid's rotations. And actually, I don't think it was them toying with Team Liquid's rotations. I think it was them being quite heavily invested into key components of the map here. The fact that both Siren and Patsy can get kills on the bomb sites with nobody attempting to cage them there. And, oh, okay, yeah, the fans, they do not love that one. That's 11. And it started with an OC opener. It's going to end with an OC save.
Great round for Spirit. We talked about it.
Oh, they're push this one, aren't they?
Bated breath if we see Ancient. And also for any Liquid fans looking for some hope to hold on to. Don't have to look far to see an impressive Ancient scalp. They took down NAVI, if memory serves.
Yeah,
16-14 against one of the strongest teams in competition.
I don't mind either of these teams, Ancient. Spirit in their opening game against Bad News Eagles trounced them 16-8. And, well, Faze was scared to play Bad News Eagles on Ancient, right? So that one might be a little bit too soon, but I think Spirit and Liquid both have pretty tidy looking green maps. Liquid have invested everything they've got into this buy around the saved OC AWP.
Elige is in a position to go for that information soon. Now, that'll be a gift to Liquid. If he was to sweep up off a flash, admittedly, Wonderful's having glances, but Patsy's being cleared out too. OC baits the shot, and it's a rather equivalent exchange, a little alchemy in the underpass.
And now it's back towards B. This is NAF's domain. I've said it once, I'll say it again. One of the best B anchors you could possibly have. It's a star player locking this one down.
He's going to do it all. I mean, Yakinda's have just arrived in time. On short, trying to play anti. Dropped in now, backs a turn. It's good for Yakinda. The distraction and the massacre out of the M4. 2 in quick succession. Still NAF drops his smoke. Looks to hold his nerve, and Patsy has held his trigger. As another drops. Another chopper alone and eliminated. 4 opportunities to secure Ancient. A 3rd map for the last spot in the major playoffs.
Big list of names as well. Sitting and waiting already, locked in. 7 teams over the course of these 2 stages. Challenger and now the Legends have locked themselves in. Furia, Cloud9, they were the first 2 to do so. Outsiders, Heroic, Fnatic, Navi, Mouse. And now just one more, Spirit or Liquid. Pick your poison. As Spirit will exhaust their 4th and final timeout here. They want to keep themselves in it. They want to take this one to overtime and see if they can get it done in that 2-0 fashion. It's not looking likely here. Liquid just have so much control in mid in a lot of occasions. That little nucleus of players grouped together, ready to take the fight as a unit. And the pride of NA giving hope to a nation. Ready to take this one to a third and do battle. Again, just this slow default.
This is ballsy. Yakinda might think better, yeah, after the flash and the fade. Elige holding top mid, he'll do the same damage. Yakinda, a chance and a headshot onto Chopper, he's out of there.
Nice nade. Oh, a little bit deep, looks good.
How does he get away with that one unscathed, the power of those steps? Still the advantage for Liquid.
Look at Nitro. He's an unknown element on the site. He's tucked in, right? Nitro could be the round winner if they do return towards A. Oh, and maybe I spoke too soon. They've actually left the bomb back towards the B stairs. This is looking very, very sketchy right now for Spirit. Thought it was indecision, but quite clearly looking like a B finish here. 45 seconds.
Patsy has no idea what lies on the other side of that smoke, but he seems brave enough to walk through it in sync with the squad. Or is he actually going to be the first? 30 seconds. NAV will drop util. It's well placed, well timed. Good chip damage. 25. Patsy's encroaching. 4. Make it 3. Members of Spirit. Wonderful back. Patsy good for it. That bomb can go down. Yakinda late to mark it. See what this little piggy could find. 3v3. Good damage. Back on the nade.
They have to wait for Nitro. Look how far away he is in this rotation.
My God, he's
Yakinda's playing ahead of this.
He just wants to fight, and he's lost it. Liquid running out of time and hope.
That's not an advised decision right there at all. If you were going to go for that round, you definitely should have waited for Nitro to get a little bit closer to strike. So Yakinda trying to win it on his own here has costed them another kill and likely going to hand not only this round, but potentially the next over. It's the pressure getting to an environment like this, thinking that you can just close it. This is a team game and you're not going to get away with any freebies right here.
Imagine if you lose the AWP. You need this. You've got to hold on to it. Should be fine.
Yeah, I think Wonderful was just hiding in that smoke to hold on to whatever he can carry through. And staying alive, our Spirit. So 3 more rounds. And they can take it to that MR3 10K overtime here. And that's the thing. That push is actually a big deal, considering where the loss bonus is at. You've really got to let that sink in. I think during this timeout, Liquid will. Because take a look, well, you can't see. I can give you the cliff notes of this one. Elige at the low end with 2.3K. At the high end, NAF with 3.1. The next round is a 1900 loss bonus.
He's talking.
There's not a good option here. There's really not a good option, because if OC dies in this follow-up round, and Nitro as well, and they only get 1900 into the next, they're going to be touch and go, which means you might have...
Force?
You should definitely force right now. But this is the thing, if you lose this, then you have to take the eco, and your gun round for the final, it's still going to be rough around the edges. There is not a single good decision right now for Liquid. And they have gone with the force. And look, close it right here, right now. We can forget about that overstep of the mark from Yakinda there.
Oh my goodness, that's a hard shot, and OC does deliver. Ahead of the pack, plucking another from that pack. Smoking them. OC, 26 and counting. The American sniper wants it done right here and now. The save door, the savior. Just as the alarm bell was starting to be rung, OC brings the bell of Spirit and secures Ancient. Chopper would practically double his kills if he wins this clutch. OC wants it, he wants his quad kill. And Chopper might oblige, as there you have it. We're off to the 3rd map. Still uncertain, still undecided. Who will take that last seat at the table of the champion stage? We'll find out when we return. Them going south. Will it be Spirits down on the attack, Team Liquid on the defense? They've both got good stats on this one, Chad. There is no clear front runner. A big scalp in NAVI. BNE for Team Spirit. They've both had success on the map. Let's find out who will be joining the other 7.
Big questions here. Now the tables starting to turn. The experience of Team Liquid, is it enough to get them through of a pressure match like this?
Ooh, the bookies have swapped.
All 5 from Team Spirit over towards B lane. 2 smokes, a flash, and a molly, and the flash forward from Elige doesn't net him a whole lot.
Yeah, smokes are in. Nav smoked off. Elige still just trying to be a turret. Magic will hand him his ass, and OC, oh my god, puts 3 on the grass. Quick headshots, a 4th as well. OC is just popping off and popping heads.
Picking up where he left off. That was the OC we just saw there on Mirage to take us here to the 3rd, and that's going to inspire confidence going forward. Flatlining Spirit's attempt to get in towards that site. There's no way through OC.
Bang. Oh. Yes, indeed. And the 4th equally as spectacular. That is a great start. You can see, oh my god, was that emotion on Daps' face?
I think he almost smiled there.
He definitely did. You liked that one.
Okay, well, just 1 flash for Chopper to work with here. Elige is going to be close middle, so it's going to actually work against him. The setup for this flash for Chopper, if he does it from... Oh, okay, well, there it is, and they're going to run through.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs, incendiary good. Spray could be better. Lovely from Nitro. Off the starting mark early, and the starting pistol to find his 3rd. Wonderful. Actually had a couple of backs turned there. There was a tiny window by which he could gather some ground. He tucks into pocket and hopes he goes overlooked if NAF does choose to investigate.
If he gets anything done on the Glock here, I'll be extremely impressed, right? So this shouldn't be too much of a round to worry about. And there it is. NAF will finish him off. And, well, now we are going to see the rifles come out for Team Spirit here. They took the FICO. That's trademark full eco and not the player from OG.
The FICO. Okay.
Full eco,
that one.
right?
Yeah, I'm putting that one in my pocket for later.
Well, I'm very curious to see what Team Spirit want to open with here. There's still a few bonus weapons carried through, and there's that water bug for everybody at home. Don't worry.
The helicopter.
They'll be here soon. We'll make sure we have a bit of a chit-chat at some of these shortcomings. The AWP for OC, and that is the highlight fixture here.
He's already on one. I'd want to feed that beast as much as I can.
Well, if this is his... Whoa, okay. I was going to say coming out the cave, Yakinta onto Magix.
Forward, very forward position, and to find that opening so soon, it's really going to take the wind out of the sails of Spirit.
And they're operating again with so little, as now they limp forward their mid-control utility.
Good nade.
Very well placed on the Siren there.
That's the fight, and he does find 3 in total. 2 sprayed down on the L-bend, and he's not done yet. Taking it in turns for the quad kill. It could be the ace. Patsy chooses another path as he goes down to Elige instead. Loving that, absolutely loving that. 3-0.
Yes, he can, the Latvian. That one right there is a way to announce his presence over towards Cave. And if they cannot stop him from being a mauler, a brawler, an absolute baller over towards this side of the map, then they're going to have a rough go of things, Spirit.
I mean, is it still the state of play that you want to put one of your sharpest tools in that cave shed?
Oh, definitely so. That B lane, it's the key quadrant of the map, right? It's your key to middle, it's your key to B. You can get fast rotates if you're on the T side over towards A, straight out the gates towards Donut. So if you can have somebody who's able to slow that crawl down and you don't constantly have to play back in towards the B side, that frees up more individuals as well across the map. And I think that Spirit are a little bit shell-shocked here early. They've taken a time out to discuss their options, and the only one being some Tech-9 to wreck house.
A Tico. No, you're
this
right.
rabbit hole can go deep.
Yeah, it really can.
Siren,
this is a cave smoke, right?
It's either the cave smoke or it's going to divide the eyes from mid. Yeah, so you can see that one there. It's going to land to be a bit of a barrier for entry. And Yakinda, yeah, just thrust forward with MP9.
Bothered in his lane, moisturized and eliminated. Actually, Magix thinks better of letting that one go too far down the rabbit hole himself. Naf is going to tuck in on this tight angle. Now, I wouldn't like it if an MP9 came bounding and bouncing their head off of that door frame into cave.
Well, Magix has a flash here. If he lobs it forward, it might catch Naf, but OC can spring into action. He's not too far away, but during all of this, they've left a massive window of opportunity over towards A, which Elige will be communicating. So at some point the Feckles will be up that, hey, A has been open this whole time, and maybe there was a chance that they've gone around the world. But this util telling a different picture, and they're going to block out with a smoke of their own. So good back and forth to retain this control. Oh, they are coming.
Patsy just charged straight through. They trust the smoke, and oh dear, NAF down. Bomb planted, Spirit set on just Tech9's. Conservative buy, Elise is dead as well. Another rifle idle.
Is it a save call?
It might have to be. You've got an AWP. It's not set for a retake. OC still yet to be felled. 2 in cave side, 2 ramp side. It's going to be really hard for them to hold on to this one. A fake and a tag. They're pushing in. A great frag out of OC. Nitro needs more. Doesn't have time for this. Would love to just leave, but Patsy's the one to take him out for the round. A nice headshot out of him, and Spirit, okay, off the timeout as well.
That's a really bad round to lose right there. You don't love to see it. Someone predicting the brackets here, I think they think Liquid are going to come out on top, and I think that's not, well, look, actually, that bracket right there, I was just trying to see what I was reading on Reddit today and checking out with it. I think that's not far off the mark, actually.
Yeah.
So maybe depending on the result that we get out of this matchup right here, but if Liquid are the victors, I think you might be spot on. So we're back into a buy of their own, but Liquid's...
Including the Furia Grand Final, then?
Look, I was only talking about the opening round.
The draw.
I'm not talking about how the bracket's going to play out.
I thought you needed the script.
No, that's James.
Right. The Time Lord.
This is such a sketchy round for Liquid. Like, the full invest here, sure, it looks somewhat threatening. But Spirit with that Tech 9, that's a gift. Elige has to know something's coming.
Lovely. Played the fade. Tag from OC. Siren forced away, and Magix does provide support all the way from down lane. Yakinda unable to stop that.
It's crazy how we were just singing his praises, and then in the following round he oversteps the mark, and that's the catalyst to get back into the rounds here. Naf's death also contributing to that, but Naf can make up for it.
He certainly can. Shadow and the frag. He's in trouble now, and Smoke might give him a little bit of lease of life. Flashes his teammate. Yakinda blind. Chopper the same, trying to navigate the smoke and wrap around, dancing around the pillar.
OC's aware of this.
Are they aware? Yeah, OC's got him. Or at least posted up for it. It's a 3 versus 4. Liquid, they could get themselves right back in control. But now OC's averted his gaze in the back. A double from Chopper. OC dead as well. Chopper, a round-winning maneuver. He wants that orb. Doesn't need it, actually. Siren's managed to scavenge away. Trying to stop Nitro's retrieval. Ooh, he's gotten it, and he's gotten out.
I think they might just have to let him have it here. It doesn't really make much sense trying to search for this, and once the smoke fades, they'll know it's gone. But if you're Liquid, you're feeling quite compressed here. Oh, Nitro confirms the positioning. So yeah, on the jumps, not too shabby. Crosses the line of sight, and Siren will finish. Okay, they take it all away from Liquid there.
This is a game now.
I hate to have a bit of a sinking feeling for Liquid here, but those 2 rounds that they just lost are full faults of their own design, right? They knew that that was an open avenue, and they didn't acknowledge it here. Let's catch it again. The lineup perfect for Chopper, who's found, well, Counter-Strike timing in its absolute finest moment there. That is 3 huge, impactful kills. And look, Chopper, as far as the scoreboard goes, he's been about as impactful as Nitro. The 2 of them not doing a lot, and that is not the scenes you want to see. And this is it. OC feels responsible, right?
Exactly the word in my mouth.
That's the thing. It can't be on him. You have 2 players on the site. You understand it's a sketchy situation. Naf was hiding in the smoke. You either fight together, you drop. You needed to take a different opportunity there. You didn't know that it was the full commit towards the B bomb site. Sure, you know a player could have slipped by.
But you know what I do? I mean, I'm clearly not anywhere in a Team Liquid jersey, but you've got a Eco here. You know, you've got a set amount of timeouts. Just take this time, do something as a pack, and try and reset. You cannot be lingering on these 2 rounds. I know, easier said than done.
It's just
the human mind is cruel.
It's just what it means, right? We know how vital a lot of these T rounds are. Patsy, how many is he going to farm up here? It's just USPs are plenty, and that's where he's going to take down 3. So just going to leave Naf and Nitro standing. I feel like they might need to win one of their own back in a similar fashion, where they force Spirit to slip up or find a perfect timing. But this game, the final best of 3 here of the Legends stage, the lost are longing at home to be here right now to have this opportunity. And that's where what you've just mentioned is key. If you're unable to shrug this off as Liquid after 2 back-to-back tilt rounds, well, I'm sure there are plenty of other people who would love to put themselves in that position to try. And that's the key. You need to make sure that you're not letting this flow-on effect worry you. Now, we saw the faces, that said it all.
And the sense of responsibility for OC is the hardest one to shake. He just came into this scorching hot. Closed with a quad kill, opened with a quad kill across 2 maps. He is their flicky, flamboyant, AWPing presence. You need him online. You don't want any, snarky remarks or jabs and barbs coming out from your teammates when you are all wanting to function as one or 5 fingers of a fist.
So here's where it starts to get a little bit ugly for Liquid. Because of the way that the rounds have flowed through, there's no AWP available. So in terms of being able to channel that...
I mean, probably not.
But by not buying in a round like this, you allow Spirit to get up to 5 on the T-half already. That's 5 in the first 8.
It is a pick your poison type beat.
Precisely, and that all goes back to those 2 tilt rounds. They lost to Tech9s, then they cobbled together their own buy where it was looking at least okay, and Chopper happened. He landed, he disrupted play, and they've stalled them out with this smoke. So blocked again, it's forcing a full rotation, and look at this. Okay, you want to stop us? We'll just go looking elsewhere. Everybody, besides Patsy, relinquishing control of main. Oh, it looks like they might even just take their time. It's fine.
Another one. Have another bite of the cherry. Sometimes sweeter the second time around. Wonderful. Up into mid with the rest of the boys. NAV will actually just tuck and turn tail, give it up, concede mid control. And walking on through. No vision, no info on what lies on the other side of that smoke, and there's 3 Spirit members playing the Fade. This is lethal for Nitro. He shouldn't have anything to say about that. NAV does. Changes the conversation momentarily.
2 more here.
They are here. Elige with the dig. Losing bodies left and right. A couple to the side. It's not good. That's better. OC, though, asking for the impossible of a 1v4. Planting, bodyguarded, right next to OC. The disrespect. They want to finish it and will. 5 for Spirit. Liquid let him have it. And as we take a look at the scores on the doors, we discussed well, I wouldn't say absence of Patsy, but certainly just the out of character nature of him. This would be a perfect time for him to start doing Patsy things.
Oh, precisely. And it would make a statement, right? It's not that he's been absent, but he hasn't been the front runner. Siren, the man closest to the screen, definitely showing some good form over there on Mirage, but it was wonderful. He led the charge, CT side, Vertigo, set them up on a nice little pedestal, and then they were able to close. Liquid did respond, and they came into this with all the right signs to get it done in 2 and return Liquid to the playoffs of a major for the first time since Berlin 2019. But it hasn't been very convincing in the last few.
I just saw the cash they've managed to build up as well.
Exactly. Right, and you can all just point it back to that Tech9 round.
Yeah.
Because the economy is such a cruel mistress here. I know that it's a huge talking point, but there's a reason for it. Counter-Strike's not a game. You don't just spawn in with guns every time. These flow-on effects, they are felt.
Counter-Strike's not a game. Chad Birchall, 2022.
I was gonna make a Call of Duty reference. I thought I'll let them live. That's fine. They can keep doing their fun stuff over there.
Yeah, there's an arcade.
It's a different game.
There's an arcade, and then there is a competitive FPS GOAT. Elige, speaking of goats, Mr. North America, yeah, he's gonna be chewing cud.
They are just bullying this A side.
What's he supposed to do? He's lost it. He's got no info on it, and they've got every smoke you need. T's, crossed, eyes, dotted. Elige, smoked off.
NAV still thinks there's a lurk on B. Like, he is still worried about the B side. Liquid really are just getting called around here.
What are you supposed to do? A 5-man retake of A. Worried about flanks all over the shop, and all they have to do, Spirit, is set up and profit with these crossfires. Elevated, and now that flank comes in.
Thank you very much.
Another double for Chopper in the backside. And that hurts. A twist of the knife from Team Spirit as they get a flawless T round again. This is getting out of control now. Team Spirit up to 6.
really just hurts. It is the kryptonite of Liquid, at least modern day Liquid. Right, it used to be choking. This is tilting. And this same pinball.
Like, I mean, I don't have the remedy. Daps clearly does not have the remedy. This is their timeout, and he is not saying, oh, much.
Their second timeout, and I want to bring up more concerns of issues here. Because the fact it is the second timeout, they're going to limit the amount they have on the T side, which we all know is the hardest side. So the more that they exhaust here just to get back on track, as we have now 6 consecutive rounds for Team Spirit, means that Liquid are digging themselves deeper and deeper into this hole of despair. And the crowd, that's not going to will them forward here. It doesn't have the same factor. This isn't doing it for your countrymen. This isn't putting on a show for the hometown heroes. This is Liquid buying in with some hodgepodge weaponry. Some Famite, an MP9, an M4, and AK. Okay.
Yikinda started strong on Cave. He's been a bit of a non-issue ever since. And wonderful, lets it go. Yikinda allowed to activate on that MP9. Good for the first. The smoke would do a lot for the time. And find himself an upgrade as well. M4 perfectly suited to taps like that. Wonderful, brought lower. 15 unconfirmed, but the AWP wobbly.
It gets worse if they lose a round like this. They're going to open up. There's no trade. They stall them out. They have everything they need right now, Liquid, to try and convert a round back. There's kits in play. Still a couple of key pieces of utility as well. Patsy, he's been able to get himself out mid, at least past the elbow position, and rotating around quite frequently from Liquid is because they're not seeing a whole lot. Right? They're trying to address where these gaps are. So Elige on the jumps, seeing if he can get any information to help them out here. Nitro being sent forward for an info play as well. So starting to piece this one together. But there is the avenue that's just slid wide open. OC with a Famous in Donut.
She's jiggle and then smoke defense. This is a viable way to play. You can see just playing the slither. You would have caught a glimpse if Chopper does toe that line. Nitro saying pylon's clear. OC, info.
They're going to run it down.
They're just going to chase him. Okay, gets one, but still they're into A and no one can address it. Nitro for the late donut flank. Elige going to join him through mid. But again, that bomb goes down. This has to be Liquid's round. A 2-man advantage. Oh, what a shot out of Siren. There should be no way back in for Spirit. Siren, though, is sharp. NAV will save Liquid from a very awkward conversation.
Oh, that one, yeah, that almost got out of control. You can see there's not a moment that you can give these guys an opportunity as Yikinda's gone looking for something. I think it's the AWP he's trying to find here over towards B. See if he can get that in the hands. The diffuser's going to come through and the AWP will be found. So, a big prize. OC will be happy with that. NAF into an AK. They can drop across the guns. They can make this work. Spirit, with 6 rounds to the name, are going to take their 3rd timeout in this first half, and a couple of sharp ones here. Patsy onto Elige. Great shot from Siren. But Yikinda and NAF, 2 reliable individuals over there for Liquid, make good on the promise and have broken the streak. That was 6 consecutive for Spirit here. But if you're a Liquid fan, it can still get worse. They're able to buy here, sure. If they lose this one, we're talking about potentially 9, maybe even 10 rounds on the T-Hall from Spirit here to run into halftime. And there you can see it on the round timeline, just recapping the pain ever since round 4, the Tech 9s. That one, they're going to see that tonight when they close their eyes, Team Liquid, if they fall here in the series.
Everyone just over-analyzing what you could have done different. Pace into mid, Magic charging, spraying, and catching flak. Ouch, Patsy and Magic walking wonky. This really does have to be a real buttoned-up Counter-Strike from here on out.
Oh, precisely. I feel that Liquid are going to need to get the 9 here. They're playing retake on B right now. NAF is... Okay, Siren just continues. This kid, he's been out of control with the shots he's been hitting. You look at Mirage, you look here on Ancient.
One word for Siren, it's flow state. He's just completely undaunted by the scenario and the stakes.
This is a smoke to defend B ramp, but they've circumvented it coming through Cave. Chopper and Magics can actually filter forward.
Yeah, a flash will do.
The side's clear. It's another retake setup.
Nitro's counter incendiary though. If he times it right, it will delay the plant. It's not yet. He's not dropped it just yet, but there's so many players now planting. It's
It'll
a bit
go
late.
down. It'll
It's a
go
bit
down.
late. Wonderful even gets away. Elige communicating, knows he heard something. That triangle position, pre-aimed. His next fight is perfect off the flash. Builds back into the retake. A 4-on-4 now. Spirit had the advantage. They still do with that bomb ticking. Patsy eliminated by Nitro. Onto the bomb. They don't need to rush this. There's still bodies to deny. And Nitro actually just going for a full defuse. Full defuse under their noses.
That's one way to get it done. It's stressful, but it's one way to get it done. And really good utility there on the retake. They had enough and they used it wisely. There was good retakes on Mirage from Liquid, and they did it again here. Flash to facilitate that peak. You can see the cave smoke to the right side. Well, after that, one drop towards long. Sure, there was a tiny gap to work with, but if anything, that gave Liquid somewhere to focus. Spirits still have cash, still have plenty of cash. They've got another buy. Even after this, if they lose another round consecutive here, as long as they keep it close like that, they'll be feeling extremely happy with how things are going. Yakinda's pinned towards this position. We'll have to hit the shot. Wonderful. This is a close angle to clear. Yakinda should be sharp, but wonderful quick up.
Wow, that is dreamy. To have your T-side AWP walk into cave and win the duel against an equipped rifle. They can slow things down now, go at their own pace, because they are firmly in that driving seat. Elige, the contrary.
This is a nice little bait and switch setup. Magic's already forward in cave. If they search for info, wonderful shoots. If he misses.
This is a different way to search for info, Chad.
But if they call it clear, we can see that's not the case. The two players are hidden in cave right now. The only way this works in their favor is if they continue to press all the way through to T-spawn and make sure the rotation from other individuals back is removed. Wonderful. The barrel might be spotted here. Well,
they're going
seen
A.
Something, and wonderful with a shot through the legs. Naf now. He's made it through towards that T-spawn position, and it's just Nitro on that A site in Donut here.
Screaming for help. OC's on his way, cantering to CT.
Magix is hearing the rotations in B. He just heard Elige and Naf both make steps, I think.
Bomb through. Planted. Safely. No spray can find him. Elige caught out. Patsy's so pushed up. And it's a big one back. OC.
Flanks on flanks here.
Yeah, he needs to find something onto this temple position. Good clear and frag, but still wonderful. An issue, a spanner in the works on Donut. Magic's late arrival, perfectly read. Naf needs to get a wiggle on, and he's lost his teammate. Got the kit, but has he got time or hope? It doesn't seem to be the case.
Picks up the smoke, sure, but you can't get back to address the bomb right now. Considering it for a moment, Team Spirit will secure 7. And the fact that they walk into that A site with only 3 players, they have all the cave space that they could possibly hope for. That was the opening pick that Wonderful was able to secure onto Yakinda in cave to start things off. And we talk about how instrumental he is in that position. Well, they were basically in the dark. I know that they pushed aggressively, but it was somewhat bad information. It kept them busy for just long enough. And now Liquid, their 3rd timeout on the CT half. I cannot stress this enough. They will be on their own, and the body language here, if you look down the line, look, they haven't given up, but it's starting to get dire.
Chad, there's been 6 timeouts in this first half of Ancient.
But this is the thing, both teams understand exactly how much it means. For Team Spirit, they've already got the dream, but the dream is making it to the playoffs. So every single one of these T rounds means an awful lot. The CT side lockout, they know that they can put up this wall, whereas Liquid, they're hoping to do exactly that, but now it's too late. This is about recovery for the North Americans. Oh, door smoke thrown out there immediately. So at least they're denying, as Elige will limp a mid smoke forward as well. They have stalled out. Oh, I thought the crawl for a moment, but Magic's disrespecting. He ain't afraid of nothing. Boris the Butcher will take the space alongside a Siren here. And Patsy coming over to join the party with Chopper, and Wonderful. This will be a B play.
Yakinda. And oh dear, the Butcher takes a chunk out of Liquid. Yakinda run down, cowers in cave, Elige to try and remedy and recover. A big one. Back in play now for Liquid, quickly changing hands as Patsy relinquishes control of cave for the defense. Bomb should be planted uncontested. Elige would like to try his luck as he worms his way through a gap. Oh, and this shot, wonderful, solo. Patsy punishing on the reload, it's big enough to completely deny. Nitro has to be the one to make the next move. OC in support. Flash is brilliant. Spirit could have an 8th here. They should have an 8th here. Okay, missed shot. New lease of life for a moment, but that is set. It is set in stone. You can do nothing to remove it. 8 T rounds on Ancient.
Starting to see the X Factor of Patsy come alive, up to 15 kills here, 3 in that one. OC just doing his best to retain the AWP, will remove the aforementioned. But Patsy, he's not wincing in the most pressure moment we've had in the series thus far. The 3rd map with all the marbles. The fact that he's able just to swing out, take that fight, remove the individual, which was Elige on the reload. Inspired stuff there, but it's Magic's the hero to crack the head of NAV. That's the signal to go, and I love this. This is so cutthroat. It's so cold, it's so calculated. Even with a missed shot, Patsy's gonna pivot for more.
Yeah, you gave him something. That reload, Patsy is gonna punish. Super aware.
And you can see the stress now on the faces of just the spectators here. Team Liquid have that exact same feeling, drowning now, not sinking anymore.
Yeah, it's just an awareness of how difficult this could be. I love this from OC. You don't see this.
This divider smoke every time has bothered them. It's a nuisance. They can't get through it. They can't get past it.
And this one looks like a certainty already. Into the site. Siren onto Nav. It's a horrible partial buy.
Look at the spread. They're already at the back of the death cube.
Patsy, nice reposition. Changes the angle, but loses his life. Wonderful, getting a bit flustered now. He got brought low. But they have the advantage, and that bomb is ticking. Liquid, this could be that recovery you were talking about. Yakinda on the rifle, still no kit though. A 10-second defuse ahead of them, but they need to find the frag. Siren standing and does not bang. Yakinda, good for it. They want to get on that defuse sooner rather than later. And Nitro knocked off it. Frags in. They got Liquid recover with a round of their own. It had to be then. It's Nitro that pulls it across the line. A partial buy and a round back.
Okay, well, we said they needed to win a quote-unquote tilt round of their own right there. Maybe that's just a confidence builder for Liquid here. This is all about recovery. The best that they can get is 7, but at least that's going to inspire confidence within the ranks. At least you're going to look at that round and say, hey, look, even if we are down and against the ropes here with cobbled together weaponry, a couple of upgraded pistols, a retained AWP, we can make it work.
It's got to be 7. 3 AKs, 2 AWPs. You've got everything you could dream of. And look at the call out of Chopper. He's sending out the scouting party. He wants Wonderful to have a look. And it's OC that receives him. Early blood drawn in favor of Liquid. The river runs red. Spirit strung out.
On the CT side, that's only their 6th opening kill here. And just the timing, NAF has pivoted back. A door just slides wide open for Magix and Chopper, and as NAF returns, they're already in. He spots one out, the tag through onto Magix. The jig's up.
And they're backing away. Could be bad info. You can see Elige rotating off. Changes his mind as things fall silent. Still patrolling mid is OC. That's a lot of information if you can hold in that power position. Returning and knocking on the door of Cave, and there's no resistance. This is the path of least resistance into B. I say that, now posted on that AWP line. Very hard to force that fight. No one equipped to take this duel. You'd have to be a crazy AK headshot if you want to win out against NAV. Patsy could change things though. On the fade, Yakinda maybe overthinking this. Nade is great though. On to Patsy. This is where NAV has to hold this shot. He has to hit that one. Baited out, Yakinda head on a swivel. Multiple targets. It's Magix that racks him up. Still Elige stubborn. And we tie this up. It doesn't get closer than that. Dead even on the half. Spirit though, full of confidence coming into this final half of play. Don't go anywhere. We crown a champion and finish our top 8 after this. We're back in business. One final half of Counter-Strike. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. I think most would argue Spirit, the one's a little more full of life right now. There has been some downs more than ups in Liquid's first half, and it does leave us here. They've managed to stabilize with a 7-8 split. But now onto the less favored side, that is attack. A pistol round feels like a necessity. Nitro calling the shots.
Fast on this.
It's wonderful, though, with those dualies. You really want to test him. He has such a precise weapon for Team Spirit. They will keep dipping. Double dip, if not a triple, but now into mid as those smokes are not up forever. Straight through. Chopper concedes, and now getting overrun. Has to turn tail. Siren very precise and set up. They can go anywhere with this. Smoke implies A. You need shots, though, from Siren. Safe, but backing away. Chopper chips. Little bit more into the mix. Elige, though, has got Siren's number. And now the site is open. Chopper and Patsy do not reveal themselves on Donut.
CT plant here.
I like the holder of Elige. A lot on riding on him, though, with only 33 points of health. It takes one reaction bullet.
A lot of space for Liquid. Nitro still in main. Elige CT spawn.
Oh, and that was the first back into Magix, and they're going to run him down. 2 frags back. OC has to be the hero. Hard shots. Only the one as Magix just pops 3 heads. Still 2 on the site. Bomb half gone as he hits another. He could be on for the ace. He's coming for you. He's gunning for you. Magix wants to end it right here and now. Nitro can get it all done. No. They defuse in front of him. Consolation frags, but Spirit accelerating towards the champion stage.
Oh, how do you drop the ball on that one there? The idea of playing with the rotations, you're showing face B lane, you're taking the mid control off the back of the smokes, you're running through your own top mid, you get through towards CT, you get the opening pick, you get the bomb down, and then you cannot connect the dots. Magix goes monstrous, and Spirit. This is looking fantastic now to run things home. Liquid, they're by. Somewhat threatening. I'm sure they have something they want to say about this. 2 AKs, a Galil.
North American Counter-Strike biting through their nails now. You got to get this right. Consider this the all-in. CT shutouts, commonplace here. And they've decided to jostle for control in the second round bye. It doesn't look bad. But pressure on the shoulders of OC and Nitro. Elige can work with the Galil. Nade back, looks like it's going to do damage. Evaded, at least the majority of that. Cave through. Corner's clear.
It looks like an ace split right now. They'll have to fight Patsy over towards Donut.
Window smoke to deny the info. No one looking. It's Patsy Donut, as you've already outlined. Great flash. No vision. Need a second of those. And he's got just enough time for Nitro to pluck him out of his position. Great counter smoke from Siren. You can't really disrespect that without the frag out of Elige. He's gone down.
The time.
Oh my God, 25. Into the site. Yakinda 1. Left and right from Chopper. And it's all onto Magix. He has Yakinda dancing with him, and there's a big one back for Liquid. A necessity to hold on, to run this one home. And you can see what that does to Spirit. We are in the depths of an economic duel.
Yeah, the Force by War is about to kick off here, and if we're actually keeping score, even though Spirit won the Tech-9 round in the first half of play, Liquid also had one of their own, and now found their second. So right now, in terms of these more bogey rounds with the forced-in investments here, Liquid have come out on top, but they're on the harder side here of the T side. This would be one way to make things a little bit easier. Convert against these Deagles and 5-7s, make sure this is a non-issue. Another foot fault now, we might just rally back and forth. A redeploy of the cave smoke here. Yakinda uses that as his moment to usher across towards top mid. There aren't too many eyes deep. Wonderful Deagle, however, on the jiggles. Magic's aware of the boost up over or the jump. And they're waiting for the smoke over towards cave to fade. So they've crept in. They've secured it for now. Phase 1 and Phase 2 for Yakinda on the menu. It is a rotate back right now, and Chopper has spotted out a member towards cave, so more rotations of Patsy coming over. Siren looking like he wants to get in the mix here.
Well, that's such a perfectly timed smoke. Liquid have already released some of theirs, and they're going hunting. Magic's one, and Chopper another. Still unstable for Liquid, off kilter. This one would be a tilter. You cannot overcommit now. Let those smokes fade, let things chill for 35. It's still getting a bit awkward if you wanted to reposition that bomb.
They think they rotate it back. Chopper doesn't hear anything, so he calls the boys back towards the A side, but it will be B. Chopper needs to deliver here on low HP.
Chopper down. Should be the round. Overcooking just a little. That bomb should be planted, and nothing Wonderful can do, nor can Siren. The threat starting to pass over them.
Well, we're going to tie things up here. 9-9. It's felt like a long time before we've seen this. Wonderful and Siren hoping they get an opportunity, but it's not going to be the case. Just have to hold on to these goodies and try again. In the crowd, they can sense what that means. 9-9.
Said Big Clan.
Yeah, well, oh no for them. Nicht good. Big up against Big earlier. Big up against Big. Big up against Navi. I guess the big dogs.
9-9.
Yeah, so, okay. Liquid are actually, they're not in the driver's seat, but they're in a position to get to double digits first. This is such a mind game in the sense that Spirit, as soon as the audibles were cut, they built on it hook, line, and sinker. Chopper's obviously calling them away, right? You have a couple of options in that scenario. You could have all waited and tried to push down and picked up a couple more rifles, or you could have tried to get ahead of it, and you can see Chopper looking somewhat stressed here.
Yeah, a bit glum. He also had the M4, you know, there could have been a universe. You throw that onto a healthy member, a Siren or Wonderful. But you're right.
It's just the eco now. So a flash for Chopper. Do you want to try and set up Wonderful or Siren here? Well, no, both of those have actually headed over towards A early. So this is quite curious. They're just strolling into B here. This is very fast. NAF at the tip of the spear is going to go down immediately. There's more damage done, but in a round that starts like this, it should end like this. Yakinda looking for more. Sure, there's damage, but it doesn't mean a whole lot. So that is 10, and it's the previous two, Wonderful and Siren. This time, I'd say for Wonderful, you could just try and hold on to the armor here. That's going to save you in the vest in the next round. Siren, same thing as they push his way. Okay,
hello.
That's an AK.
OC, unhappy with that one. Gives it away. And Nitro trying to take that armor away from Wonderful. Not quite the equivalent exchange, with the AK now being run all the way to the depths of A. And so, we find ourselves with a Liquid lead. Over the eco. Spirit, the line is drawn in the sand.
Still sketchy, isn't it? Those dinks, you hear them, it's very scary. You can see this just flicking around from Elige here. The bullets siphoning out of the gun as he finds that second. Nice little pivot there. Nitro holding on to this MAC-10. Now, these later rounds have been somewhat stalled out from Liquid. Up to the last 30 seconds before they make that final blow. Nitro very fast on this. And you can understand. Springing around with the MAC-10 has secured the upper quadrants of cave. So real estate already bought for and vying for mid. Patsy, I think he's just trying to get out. NAVI is still holding utility from spawn right now. He has a flash prepped and at the ready. Now I think you would be a little bit on edge about Patsy playing close. So if he shows himself, they'll flash and fight. We can see Patsy's not there. It's one of his trademark moves, being extremely close towards that mid elbow. So OC and Elige have called that clear now.
Demonstration of what's at stake if Patsy's restrained. Smoked off and peppering, that confirms some of Liquid's suspicions. Mid completely occupied, the whole squad's here. Molly forces Siren out of the line, and 45. Looking for that go. Yakinda trying to find an opening.
Noisy.
And very loud. Oh, 2 from Patsy. Just holding on 6 HP, leaves
Siren's
them wanting. It does look like this is a problem for Siren. And OC trying to get him in. Still wonderful for his sides on the side. Gets the bomb. Loose and another double. When most would get 1, Wonderful gets 2. And that's another round for Spirit. Right back to tie things up.
Okay, well, Wonderful has gone a little bit quiet here on the third map of play. He's the tail end of the scoreboard for Spirit. And this would be the time for him to get back in action. 17 years of age, his first major ever. He's joined a team who are in the semi-finals of Antwerp. Could have even gone all the way with that matchup against Faze.
The last time Liquid were in the playoffs, Wonderful was 14.
Jesus.
Let that sink in.
Oh, wow.
Let that sink in.
That slaps everybody in the face.
Well, they're so close, yet so far.
OC has the weapon advantage over towards A here as Patsy is just holding them at bay in mid. Wonderful, you can see the angle he resides. It's not the standard CT angle, so might not be the immediate clear, but if they jump, I'm not sure if they're going to see the tippy top of the head.
Okay, counter molly, extinguish, alive, kicking, fragging, Siren, set, down. Big opening now for Liquid. Patsy claws us back. They're uncertain. Nav's moving the bomb back away.
And Yakinda, he can start making his way through the B doors for space, but OC mega committed to this and has been spotted. Wonderful. He's going to tag him down to about half HP, but they do survive.
Interesting state of play now. It's Magix versus Yakinda. And is he going to clear it? He should. He should. He doesn't. Magix profits now the B site, surely
that
not
was
the one.
Solution. The solution was to head back towards B, and it feels like they want to follow through with this. OC, he's going to be extremely disjointed, but he will follow them through. Spirit are looking very good for this, and Chompa just on the other side of the wooden wall. Oh. He's going to glance out. He's got all the info right now.
They know, and they're stacking. Chopper just delaying. 25. Lads, the bomb has to go down. Elige entering the site. Bomb on his back, and 2 to find. Okay. 1. Not ready for the cross back. Magix does a lot. They have to plant. They need to kill Magix. Has he got enough? Oh, he has. Bomb still loose. Nav losing hope, losing time, and another. 4 Magix, 4 in the round. He was alone on that B site, and he flattens the Liquid hopes.
Gets himself up to the top of the scoreboard here as well. Does young Magix. 19 frags for him, 18 for Patsy. These 2 plucky riflers showing up now in Elige. He was left to his own devices. Yeah, get into the site on your own and plant that bomb. An impossible task at the feet of North America's superstar, but we were talking about the tilt factor in the first half. It doesn't feel like it has been recovered just yet. Nobody from Liquid really running away from it. It's a bit more of a team effort on this side of things, and well, now that they're down to just this economical, Spirit might take back a 2-round lead here.
I don't know if there's a might about it. Spirit mighty for 12. Looking to run her home already. 2 consecutive. The first time they've seen the CTs with consecutive rounds, and it's likely to be a third. Now, a bomb plant goes a long way. You can see funds set for a full buy in the next.
Might get one here unless Chopper mows them all down.
Yeah, he is alone. Honestly and truly, I mean, what a oh, nade damage. Bomb! Bowling from Chopper.
He might get the ace.
Yeah, it might be all him. Elige with the P250 needs a really good click. Otherwise, Chopper's about to farm some cash. Okay, Patsy steals the ace, and Magic's will too, but that Spirit just walking it across the line. 5 alive.
We discussed the dangers of Liquid's poor CT half in the first half. We were very, very worried there when I think we found ourselves looking at, it was like a 6-3 scoreline. It already felt enough at that point, and now Spirit are on the CT side to close things out. This should be the more comfortable side to do so. They did more than enough on their T-Hall. More than enough.
He's feeling himself. He just knows he's 4 rounds away from the major playoffs and returning to where Spirit found themselves in Antwerp.
And another factor that we were discussing in that first half was the amount of timeouts Liquid called just to get themselves 7. Their 4th and final has been exhausted here. The last opportunity for Daps to chime in and for them to have a breather, to have a meeting of the minds. 30 seconds to set your mind straight.
We talked about and praised the Eagles for replicating their success they found in Belgium. Doing it again, proving it's not a fluke. Well, Spirit, doing it once, getting to the top 8, never mind that, getting towards the semi-finals and giving us an absolute stunning show against FaZe Clan. Then they lose Dexter, and then they find Wonderful. 4 rounds away from replicating that success and having a chance to match it.
And sending North America's only home, Yakinda, the import, the European soil, opens into the round of number 23, but there's another frag back. Elige comes alive, and they bound towards A.
Only Wonderful can make it in time. Should be a lockout. They're so spread out. Brings the fight to Chopper. Lovely scenes for Liquid. It couldn't get better.
Wonderful. Got enough money to buy another one here, but would love to be able to drop his teammates something. Needs to back off because Yakinda, he's surging forward for a couple more. Bomb almost gone, and I think they will get to hold on to these rifles. But that is all Yakinda there with the opening. The cave smoke from NAF, right? This is the key on a map like this. Oh, spotted on the cross. Wonderful trying to peer into a wider line. Yakinda will let him have it. But the supportive utility from NAF in spawn, right, it needs to be highlighted because it means that Yakinda's life is oh so easy. That smoke towards cave facilitates the cross, opens up the mid corridor, gets them the kill. And the crowd are on the feet here. It's clear that Liquid have been the favorites. We've got Furia in the playoff, sure, but Liquid could be another name to throw into that mix. The whole stadium on the feet now. That's going to feel good, but winning's going to feel better. Again, B lane control this time. A couple more dukes on the board. OC boosted up. The AWP can lock on down that long corridor. Oh, flashed off and drops off, spam through, Chopper. It's very insignificant damage, but it shakes and rattles Yakinda a bit as he leaps forward.
Trying to chant Liquid into action. Got to be procedural about this. You've got phase 1 of Cave. Magix loves this boost. He's yet to really get to show it off. 4 to the body. It's only the body. An awkward angle for your crosshair. Look at that. Chopper right there alongside. It's almost a guaranteed CT frag if you do round that corner without utility. Coming up with a game plan. Ooh.
Spotted two. Immediate comms there from Nitro. They're getting the move on.
They're both here. It's Patsy and Siren. The torrents of Spirit. They don't know he's there. They don't know. And already Patsy activates. 1, 2. Only Nitro to save him. Spotted on the cross is Magix. Nitro to plant. It's going to have to be NAF. It has to be him, and he's found the headshot. Bomb did go down. Nitro's done his job. A 1v1 with so much at stake. Oh! It's NAF. 3 in the must-win round. The Canadian stands tall and breaks the backs of Spirit. Unbelievable. I have a headset on and I cannot
as soon as they spot the two players in cave, Motormouth Nitro, he gets on the mic and they start running. Hightail it, trades through cave, make their way through that donut position. They'll give them the space, they'll take the room. Nitro with a clutch plant, sure. And now they're getting fired up, back in the mind of believing on Liquid. And you're right, Spirit are broken. They just have to take one eco here before they can get back into the guns, but Liquid, a chance to get back into the lead. They just need to settle into this one.
You can't fumble now. You've shown so much resilience. Fumbles in the first. Motivated, Chopper activated, 2.5 available. Oh dear! He gets the second. Elige. Oh my God, he's hitting everything. Even tags up Hosi on the first spray.
They got nowhere to go. T-Spawn's given over. Siren's here. Patsy along for this. Spotted out now. Yakinda trying to buy them something back, but Patsy, he's unaccounted for.
Will they possibly fall to the 5-7? Up close, one shot, headshot, Patsy. A chance to disrupt. On a partial buy, Nuff says bye-bye.
Chopper's here. He's here.
With it all to do, he's got the gear, but no idea. Yakinda's here. And Magic's feeling a little queer as 13 is coming. Not if he has something to say about it. Another frag back from NAF. Activating when they need him most. And it looks like Magic's has hung up the mouse and keyboard for this one. Concedes, rolls over, shows his belly, and gives us 13 for Liquid.
Okay. We're at the business end now. We're going out to the deep waters here, and this is where the best are truly tested. You don't get more pressure than this, just this final spot, the last spot in that champion stage, and this is what we were getting into Legends. This is what we've got in the challenges. I cannot wait to see what we have in store in 2 days' time. What an honor it is going to be to play in front of a crowd like this.
Never seen in Counter-Strike before.
What a bailout frag there from NAFA. I can't believe they were so aware of the possibility, especially after Siren goes down, but Yakinda delivering an absolute banger on the Chopper there. He was the man that thought he could change the dialogue. The in-game leader for Spirit, he stepped up with the first two. It felt like it was unraveling at the seams for Liquid.
So much riding on this one, Chad. 26 rounds of play.
All pushing main here.
Siren forward. Frisky. Feeling himself or not. Nitro tucks him in. Wonderful to level the odds. Yakinda activates early, actually. Look at this. A forward position past Chopper's line of sight. But Yakinda not aware, not ready for Chopper. That will make things a whole lot more difficult now.
Yeah, individual overextensions at this point. You can see he was trying to do an awful lot there with that space. But he's left them with not a whole lot to work with. Elige will be joined by NAF very shortly here. And OC attempting to clear out across mid. So it's not as bad as it seemed for Liquid, but they don't know what resides on the other side, and Spirit have decided to give them that space. Taking a step or two back. You can see the jiggles on either side of the cube. Gorles front and center of this one.
Wow, the whole crew. The Tribunera. Willing Liquid to recover this one. It does not look good. Quite the opposite. Spirit, quite the contrary, set for success. 25 and counting. Elige should forge the path. He needs a multi-kill here. And Magic's already taken down the bomb carrier. Hope dwindles in this round. Will they let him plant? They can use their bodies now. They have the numbers. And now the numbers against OC. Both on the clock and elsewhere. Loses it all. 13 apiece. I'd want it no other way.
Fitting to get an overtime here, and we may just go the distance. Remember, Out of timeouts, Team Liquid. This is down the stretch. They have to do it without the 30-second chit-chat, without the coach's contribution. And guess what? They've decided to give this one a crack. Both teams, 1,900 loss bonus towards the bottom of the barrel. Breaking point is now. The final frontier.
Oh, that could have been a disaster. That hurt, but it's not the same as if Wonderful had hit that AWP shot. First attempt. Slips by the wayside. Yakinda established on lane. Surely going to be a bit more tame after the former round. Similar game plan.
Look at how passive they are on A right now. It's Patsy to listen from that cave, that donut position, and Siren all the way over towards spawn. And just with the rifle, you can see the gap that he's holding. Right now, there are a couple of dramas. If there is a boost up towards tree, they can go undetected from the position that Siren is currently holding. But as this round is starting to settle in, Liquid, when it's gotten late, it's gone sketchy. It becomes a coin toss at that moment. So this is very indicative of a retake A setup.
Oh no, Siren perfect. Straight through the smoke, and that was onto the bomb. An advantage for Spirit that Siren can continue to manufacture.
Everybody's here.
They're all ready, and that bomb is not down. Yakinda tries his luck, and Siren, the hero of Team Spirit with a triple, make it 4 out of Wonderful as well. And he'll finish with a 4th of his own.
They'll take it. They'll take it. Silencing a crowd like this, you're more than happy to get it done that way. And Siren, we love what we saw in Mirage. We're loving what we're seeing here. What an impactful round. That was the shove all in. You heard what I said about the loss bonus.
Siren, the librarian, silences Rio and puts Spirit in pole position.
15 against an eco. 15 against an eco. That was Team Liquid's choice.
To concede 15 willingly. Overtime becoming their win condition. And it was off of Siren. The impact reverberating around Rio.
Well, there's no time like the present for Liquid to show that they've got the mental to take this one to overtime, because they're not getting it done in regulation here. It's almost impossible to see how Team Spirit would slip up in an environment like this.
They're very diligent players. And that's what Magix is waiting for. It's
TK.
3 and a team kill. Unlucky for Elige. The last man into this. Death, a guarantee. And so Liquid. 2 opportunities to take us to overtime. Spirit, 2 opportunities to become champion stage players again. Recovering the loss of Dexter instantaneously for a playoff berth. A 3-map affair that's gone the distance on our 3rd. Chopper reminding them, 1 round, you've played thousands. But this one is for all the marbles in the playoffs. Joining Royalty.
It's the main push again. Didn't work for Siren before, but it might now. He's on a heater, 17 kills.
He could do it right here. Concentration stations. Nitro, not good for the first. It's now for immediate on the trade. God, the concentration, your focus, you must activate for this round of play. You cannot slip up, you cannot fumble.
Liquid again, just with this spread, and they get so much room in a lot of these environments, and they just don't know. They can't take these risks, especially not individually. A smoke towards the top of the B ramp that will deny the crawl for 20 seconds right now. Yakinda, Elige, OC.
3A Liquid have got a runway.
Oh, it's Boris again, Magix.
He's so good at this, though. We haven't seen a single instance where he's gone empty-handed.
Chopper just cleared A main. They can rotate now. They might get there in time.
SpaghettiOs. So slow. Now the util's in. We could have a retake on our hands in this potentially final round. Boris reveals himself, bounds in with a bomb. A boost to be established. Mantles up. Liquid, bomb ticking in their favor to extend play. Spirit, a bomb to be defused to eliminate Liquid and take that final seat at the table. It's OC to be tested, 2 on a strafe. He's too good. Boris post 26. And more damage as Liquid are fading, slipping through their fingers. This game is done. Spirit have done it in 29 rounds of play.